Providence, I see you. MF, good evening. Good evening. How are you? I hope you are good. I didn't see you the other time. You didn't come back, or did you? On Monday. Happy Thursday to you and everyone joining in. I hope we are good. Thank you so much for joining in. Ade Olami 03, I see you. You are welcome. Happy Thursday. Fountain, I see you. Good evening. You're busy at work. I know some of us are finished and rushed home and all of that. But well done. I really appreciate you still trying to join in and give that moral support. Thank you so much. Tayo, I see you. Stanley, good evening. Phoebes, good evening to you. I hope we are keeping well. Yes, we're in the mid of April. Mommy Ruthie, good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining. Please help me share this live to your friends, followers. Let them be part of our talk again today. As you can see on there, I brought another one we need to consider as a family. If you're engaged in a marriage relationship, because when you're in a marriage relationship, there's so many things you have to balance. And if you don't know how, you bring all these issues. And then when things escalate so much, because, nobody's attending to it, it tends to make couples, fall out sometimes. And that's why we always charge ourselves here on Insight. Let us talk about these things, so that it doesn't break our family up, doesn't break that marriage union up. It's, life is tough, people. That. We have to be intentional about certain things. Otherwise, things tend to get out of hand. So what are we doing about this topic today? I don't think I'm here to talk at you. I always say this. I'm here, in fact, I'm giving the talk most times. I'm reflecting myself, a lot going on in my mind. How can I do better as well? Or, maybe I've just about gotten there. How can I maintain it? Because sometimes, you make that change you want to see, but maintaining that change is another work on its own. And that's why some people fall back sometimes, even as a believer in your spiritual walk. If you're not careful, you backslide, or you're struggling, a whole lot of things. Thank you so much, Mommy Ruthie, for sharing this live. Please, if you're joining in, you can start tapping so that others will be attracted to this. This is where we talk sense to ourselves, but then you find a handful of people will stop by here. But I always make this joke, if I was here twerking now, there'll be 1,000 people already, but it's all good. Even if it's that one person that will get charged today and make that positive change in their lives, I think my work is done, to be honest. But I'm trusting that as you help me share, we'll reach more people, to be part of this community. This is where we charge ourselves, encourage ourselves, we unlearn the negatives and, learn the positives, so that we can keep enjoying our marriage relationship. Marriage is hard work. If I tell you that, it's all bed of roses, I'll be lying to you. You know that, and we don't do that here. It's hard work. Husbands and wives must be ready to put in the work. Sometimes it's so hard, and for some people it's like, it's too hard, let's go our separate ways. But you wonder, really, if God created that marriage institution, does he not know that people will face a lot of challenges that will make them go their separate ways? Of course. But then his word is there to comfort us, to challenge us, to help us through it. But sometimes we allow ourselves to get in the way, pride, ego, all sorts. And then you find people going their separate ways. Some, just divorce straight out. But then, really, is that the only way out? And here again, I'm going to say this. I'm not talking about domestic violence where lives are threatened. That's not what we're talking about. But I'm talking about other challenges, that our couples will face, that sometimes, if not handled well, it may drift them apart, or end up, separating them or them going their separate ways by divorcing. So let us talk about these things, because certain things are here to stay. Certain things will never go away unless we sit and tackle it. So I'm just giving us some to our insight today. On Thursdays on Inside, we talk about marriage relationship talks, issues that affect husbands and wives or the family as a whole. Anything to do with marriage, we do that today. But if you want to grow as an individual, come on Mondays, 8 p.m. UK time on Insight with FunmiRoyal, and then we'll be talking about issues individuals would face, how to, change certain things, how to unlearn certain bad habits or whatever it is. We'll talk about it. We'll look for strategies, tools that we can take on and try to make that change we desire to see. So here today on Thursday, it's all about marriage talks. And those who are planning to get married or those who are engaged already, congratulations to you. A big shout out to Mila for Christ. It's wedding coming up next month. I wish you well, you and your wife to be. The Lord will continue to uphold you, bless you, everything that you need. I don't know if he is even hearing me right now, but I bet he'll see this later. I wish you well. In this time and age, coming together as husband and wife is scary. To our young folks, it's scary. Some will tell you, I don't even want to get married. All these people marrying, divorcing, they don't want to get married. But we still have to, because we have to procreate as well. Otherwise, people want to leave and pass on, their legacy to the young ones. Pastor Jakes, I see you. Longest time. Thank you, Lincoln, for joining. I see you as well. So I'm going to go into my talk. It's not too long. Like I said, sometimes most times we're here to charge ourselves. But as I give this talk, let's reflect in our, in our own world, in our marriage relationship, plans and all of that. How are we making plans together? Or how are certain things affecting those plans? And then are we replanning or just ignoring it, and then things are getting out of hand? So today we're looking at work-life balance. Work-life balance. It's very important. It's very essential. When you're going into marriage, these are things you need to talk about, because that is a transition you're both entering into, and you have to talk about things, how to make sure everybody's comfortable, in that marriage relationship, especially those who are just starting. Don't even think about when babies start coming. That's another transition altogether. But let's talk about this work-life balance in a marriage relationship. So I give it a subtitle: Finding Harmony in a Demanding World. You and I know that is stamped. Finding harmony in a demanding world. So we're looking at work-life balance. Thank you, Providence. Thank you for liking the live. Please, let's take it up. Thank you so much. Others will join us as we do so. Mommy Ruthie, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So today I'd like to speak about this very crucial topic that affects every one of us, regardless of our profession, our stage in life, or personal ambitions. Work-life balance. A lot of people are at work, whether part-time, full-time, me-time, whatever time, daytime, night-time. Majority of the people are working somehow. So work-life balance, it matters a lot, because we're human. At the same time, we have to work, do this and all of that. But anything we do in life and there is no balance in there will be a bit of problem, because there's a shift either to too much to the left or too much to the right. And if it's not balanced, it's going to affect us somehow, more so negatively than positively, if it's not balanced. So what is work-life balance? What is work-life balance? Work-life balance refers to the ability to effectively manage professional responsibilities alongside personal life, including family, health, relationships, and personal interests, because this is what makes us human, really. So it's not about splitting time equally, between work and life. Maybe not die early. That's what I can say. Say 50-50. You work 50%, you live life 50%. Which one will wear you out more? And that's not what we're talking about when I'm referring to work-life balance. Rather, It's about creating a sustainable kind of rhythm where neither area consistently overwhelms the other. Family life, personal life is not overwhelming work, that work is suffering, and then work is not so overwhelming that family is suffering. That's how we say there has to be a balance. Recommend desiring God. Oh, okay. Thank you, Providence. So there has to be a systematic rhythm that, make sure that neither one is overwhelmed or suffering. My lady, I see you. Good evening. So balance looks different to everyone because everybody's dynamic or dynamism, whichever one in your family, is different. What works in my own family may not work for you. So it's not like one heart fits all, but it's just to let us think more about these things, because sometimes we get lost in there somewhere and we're not even seeing that this has become a problem. We're trying to manage still, we're struggling, we're worn out, and all of those things. But let me not draw my note. So balance looks different for everyone. Like I said, for some it may mean leaving work at a fixed time daily. For some people it's 9 to 4 or 9 to 5. Some people, for others, it could mean flexible hours that allow them to meet personal and professional commitments. Kudos to you if you find yourself in that. Some people choose the hours they work, and it works for the company and it works for them, meaning there is a balance. So whatever it is they need to do professionally, it's attended to on time, and whatever they need to do in their personal life, nothing is lacking as well, which is good. But how often do people find this, in the personal and professional commitments? Let's break it down some more. So why is work balance important? Because if not, we won't be talking about it here today. It's important. Its importance of work-life balance cannot be overemphasized. It cannot be overstated because it's crucial. Either you're at work or you're with family. Yeah, you have other bits, socializing and all of that, but we'll look at the work-life balance. That's our focus for today. So when it is lacking, the consequences can affect multiple areas of our lives, and the prayer is that our eyes are open to this so that we can start making amends. Sometimes it takes years and years, and it kind of starts subtly. Cake Mistress, I see you. R.R, I see you. It's amazing because some people will just wake up all of a sudden. No, it's not all of a sudden. This thing has started creeping in. Everybody still feel life is still going on, it's okay. But before you realize, bam, it's taking over completely. Oh, thank you. Your Cake Mistress Liverpool. I hope you're in Liverpool in UK then. I know there's so many Liverpools all over the world, but yeah, it's all right. So let's look at areas of our life that this can affect. We're talking about work-life balance. Oh, you are? Oh, that's good. I hope the weather is good over there. Ernestina, I see you. Eco Joyce, good evening. Please help me share this live. We're talking about crucial topics, issues that affect husbands and wives or family in general. Anything that has to do with marriage, come on Insight on Thursdays. We talk about very good today. Good. Ours, it's been sunny, rainy, windy, but we're here, thank God. Let me follow you right back before I miss that. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, thank God. I hope your cakes are very good. I love red velvet. So does my family. And the big one is coming up in October. So maybe I will chat with you later. Please DM me. Let's see. I'll probably go and check your pages if you have any display there and see. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm doing anything as long as I'm alive and well. Kudos. Thanks to God. Anyway, let's not. Oh yes, I need to try you. Okay. We'll see. Please DM me. We can chat some more, and perhaps I need a taster, and that will convince me. Thank you so much. Please help me share this live. So what are we talking about? Why is work-life balance? And I said that if it's missing or not balanced, it tends to bring certain consequences, and this can affect, in fact, all areas of our lives if care is not taken. And I'll mention some areas in case you're wondering, how does that? Let me mention our physical health. Okay, chronic stress can lead to fatigue. You're neither useful at work, neither useful at home because you're worn out, and it can bring, when you talk about physical health, the fatigue, headaches, long-term illness. Some people, when they feel so poorly, until they feel so poorly they can't get out of bed, that's when they go knocking on the doctor's door. Meanwhile, the body has been speaking to them, take it easy, something is wrong here, but they're just using painkillers and say, oh, I'll manage. I can tell you, here and there you hear that this person went to sleep and they didn't wake up. They were like, they're healthy, they went to work yesterday and this and that. But you see, accumulation of that stress, that fatigue, the headaches, brings about certain long-term illness if care is not taken. So this is very crucial, a thing to discuss. Husbands and wives, the mindset is we're going to grow old together, living life, we'll see our children, our children's children. But you and I know in the real world, it's not always like that. It doesn't always happen like that. I pray honestly that we all will live long to see our children's children. And that's why we're talking about how to get there, at least within our own capacity and capability. So it will affect our physical health if care is not taken. African, yeah, I think I see you. Providence, another Providence, good evening. Africans, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, sorry about that. My eyes are playing tricks on me, but yeah, thank you for joining. Please help me share this live. Again, another area it can affect is our mental health. And this is very crucial. A lot of people are in suit and ties, skirt suits and all of that. But mentally, my goodness, it will only take you 2 minutes to sit down with them. You find out, something is wrong upstairs with this person. And that is because there's no work-life balance. So let's talk about these things and save ourselves now while it is yet day. Again, burnout, anxiety, decreased motivation is like, you're just going with the flow. In fact, some of us are like robot. We wake up, have a bath, go, come, rest, sleep, wake up, like robots. And sometimes we get burnt out and we won't even know to say, okay, let me pause, take a break. We just keep going like wall clock all the time. All of these things has a toll it will take on your body, especially negatively if care is not taken. Again, it will affect our relationships. Thank you, Providence. All these things you're recommending, I wonder, people should find a designing. Okay. Relationships, it limits quality time you spend with your loved ones when there is no work-life balance. Something will suffer. That's why you have to be intentional, and that's why you have to be conscious of how you're planning, dealing, and going about things. And again, it will affect your work performance. It will reduce productivity, creativity, your focus, and a whole bunch of things. But just to mention few that it can affect if it's not balanced. And on the other hand, a healthy balance in work life can lead to greater job satisfaction. You find out this person is happy, so happy going to work. In fact, they find it hard to leave, but they know they're disciplined enough to know that work is finished, I'm going home. And they go sort out their personal life. If it's a healthy, balanced one, it can lead to improved well-being because you're looking after yourself. Little or no headaches, pain, aches, and all of those things, not burning out unnecessary, and a whole bunch of things can be an advantage when you decide to put that balance to your work life. And stronger relationships, obviously, you spend quality time with your family, spend quality time even with extended family, and at the end of the day you find out that the relationship is getting stronger and stronger. Unlike when they don't see you, sad. You're looking for Anthony, he's at work. Does he not close? Oh yeah, he does, but meeting after meeting, one, not just on-site meeting, outside meeting, that meeting. by the time Anthony will get home, it's always midnight, past midnight. The children are gone to sleep, the wife is gone to sleep, now tiptoeing into the house, and guess what? Before everybody wakes up in the morning, fiam, is gone. Anthony is gone again. And then you tend to wonder, work. And you just feel, I'm doing this for the family, I'm trying to provide for my family and all of that. But you're never there. And that's why some men, I'm sorry to say, might feel, I'm providing everything for this woman. She's so ungrateful. It's not all about money. It's not even all about that provision. Because if you just tend to one aspect of life, the other aspect is going to suffer. You sit and think about it for a minute. Whatever you pay attention to is what will increase. It's what will grow. It's what you will enjoy. So you provide, you're providing. Your children, in fact, they're beginning to lose sight of what you look like. They can't remember because almost a decade. One day you decide maybe you're poorly, you couldn't go. That's when they notice, oh, that is growing gray hair. Imagine that. They're like, when did he start growing gray hair? Because they never see him. Even the wife is wondering, oh, your beard has grown this long. Because you'll be the last to come in. Say in the Nigerian setting today, oh, really? Michael, thank you for adding that. And we need to pay attention to this. Some people will even age over time. They will age like, they will tell, how old are you? They say, I'm 49. You almost think they're 65. Just because. Work-life balance. It matters a lot, people. Look, the people, go and check the graveyards and see all the people in their mid-40s, 50s, 60s. If they were to come back to life, they would tell you the things they would do differently, I bet. So this is the time for us to start making those changes. So if there's no balance, how can you have a stronger relationship with your husband, with your wife? And I'm not gender biased because some women, they are workaholics. The husband will never see them. It's the food that they've cooked in the freezer. They will just be warming and eating. Maybe once in a week, they manage to jam each other in the room. My wife. They hug, not before here. They will hug and hug. You think somebody traveled and they're just coming back. But because they're never there, they're so busy that they can't even see a sight of them. And if there's a balance, there'll be increased efficiency and productivity. And then you can get promotion. See, everything in life requires discipline. When there is no discipline, things just go out of hand. So in essence, balance is not a luxury, people. It is not a luxury. It is essential for a healthy and fulfilling life. I know, when you're young and agile and all of that, yes, whilst you have that energy, best do, but do it in a balanced way. Otherwise, by the time you say you want to start relaxing, the family is gone. And then where does that, you have all the money in this world. You can provide for 1,000 generation and yet there's nobody to provide for. Because they never saw you. It's like you were never there and you did not even realize they've gone. So we need to be mindful. So let's look at some common causes of imbalance. Because like I said, I'm here to kind of charge us. So some of us might not even know this is our story I'm talking about right now. Therefore, we need to reflect. You reflect your work-life balance as you're listening to me right now. So some common causes of imbalance, I'm going to mention a few of them. There's so many, but I'll just mention a few. So many factors contribute to poor work-life balance. 1, heavy workload and long hours. When you took that job, especially if it's not your personal business, even at that, there's a contract. There's always a contract that comes with your employment. Read it. If it's 9 to 4, if it's 9 to 5, I get it. You want to put in the effort and all of that. 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour here and there. Yeah, you can put extra. Some get paid for it, some don't. It doesn't even matter. But when you're now doing 8-hour shift a day, and then you're putting in extra 5 hours still on that one day, and you're not, sometimes you might not even get paid. So that 5 hours, if you were not at that work, what else could you have been doing? How best can you spend that 5 hours you've given to your employer free of charge, and not just one day, every single day of the week? So 5 times 5 is 25 hours that you're not going to be paid for sometimes. And sometimes if you're fortunate enough, you get paid. But you know that 25 hours can never give to your family or whatever personal thing that you were meant to do in that space of time. So, factors that contribute to poor work-life balance, heavy workload, and long hours. You have a contract you've signed. If you must even attend to anything after office hours, let it be your choice. It's optional. Sometimes, like I said, some people are workaholic. They don't know when to say no. They don't know when to not open that email. They don't know when not to pick that work phone. Again, technology and constant connectivity. Everything is connected in this world. We are all connected one way or another. Emails, messages after work hours. You cannot just stop. You're at home watching a movie with your family. Pam pam, your phone ring. Pam pam, and then you see, boss, or you see manager. You see team leader. You see correspondence. You see all sorts. And just, my dear, honey, honey, hey, listen, Linda, listen. Let me not go there. Honey, just a minute. And you quickly pop off, and oh, okay, yeah, just a minute. 1 minute, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Your wife finished watching that TV or your husband finished watching that movie, slept off 4 hours. Only because he received one email or one text message from work. But the funny thing is, how often will you be at work that you will get a personal message, personal whatever, and you leave work, you will go like that, except maybe it's extreme emergency. But the other way around, you won't even think twice to leave your family in there watching that TV and you just go off on that email and do for hours on end. Is that balanced? Let us judge for ourselves. Lack of boundaries. Yeah, it brings us to that lack of boundaries between work and personal life. You are the one that have signed that contract with that company. You're doing a 9 to 5 job. 9 to 5 job. And I'm sure they will not put any clause there that anything, in fact, the only clause should be anything you do between, after 5 will be counted as overtime. Some people get double pay. So yeah, they will put in maybe an hour or 2 here and there, But some people, double time. That's when they even start their proper work. Because they want to provide. Because, they want to do this. Because, they want to be like the Joneses for whatever reason. But is it balance? Is there boundaries? Are there boundaries? Sometimes it's so bad that even husband and wife are intimate, like they're intimate at night, and they phone you, because they will not even put you on silent or something. And you will now leave your wife or your husband in that state and go and attend to email or work something at that time of the day. Sometimes your spouse will just look, hey, I have married work. And sometimes they dare not complain because they won't see it. Is it not you I'm providing for? Is it not because of you? Is it not because, that's excuse all the time. Sometimes I feel it's manipulation. Imagine if your spouse too does that to you. Would you be happy? Because sometimes they don't think that way. Do unto others as you wish them do unto you. So let's not be gender biased there, like I said. And just because somebody is a man does not mean he has the right to do that. It's the wife that doesn't have the right to do that. That is not equal partnership. I said some things we need to understand in marriage. It is equal partnership. However, our roles are different. According to the word of God, according to the Bible, according to God who made marriage. Husband, no matter how much we want to see, this is my personal opinion, husband will always be the head of that home. That is his role. The woman cannot come and be the head because that is not the role God has given her. So sometimes people discuss, argue and all of that. I'll just be looking at you. You're wasting your time. No matter how much you earn, no matter how macho you are more than your husband has been given that role to be the head of that family. This is how God has designed it to be. So if you don't want a head, do not go near one. Do not tie somebody else's down. And men, the fact that woman is earning more than you, she's also providing, don't give her that, you to come and be the head of the... No, that is not her role. That is not her role. But that's another topic for another day. But I just said to put that in there. Boundaries between work and life, it's very important. If you don't have one, begin to go and set it. Go and read your contract. Even if you have been doing that work for 10, 15 odd years, go and check the contract. When are you supposed to close officially? Any other thing is up to you, how much time you put in, not at the expense of your family life. Again, pressure to succeed or meet expectations. That is another cause. Or my family. The least person is driving a Mercedes Benz or something, and at that time is your Honda, you're driving your Honda, pushing it, it will take you to work, bring you back, and now it's like you must work night and day. You two want to have a Mercedes, you two you want to have a Benz, you two you want to you want to have a whatever, I'm not too good with all these car names, but you guys know, or whatever. And then you overwork yourself. Children will come, mommy, where's daddy? Or daddy, where's mommy? Say, she's coming. The latter will cry and sleep off. Maybe perhaps even a toddler. Most especially when it's a woman that is gone like that because of work. The child will cry and refuse to go and sleep until mommy comes back. And everybody knows that mommy ain't coming back, that this child will see mommy. And then the child will be taken to sleep. And then when mommy comes, mommy will just go and kiss the child on the hair, forehead and go. Before the child will wake up to go to school or do whatever in the next day, mommy is already gone. So don't think we're gender biased because it happens this way as well. So where is that balance? And sometimes I say, hey, my child in their old age, I don't know what I did to this child, but you were never there. This child does not know you. Whether the father or the mother, this child, they don't know you. And this thing has built up over years. And this child is trying so hard as an adult to connect with you, but they just can't because the relationship was not built. So let's be mindful. And then you're not estranged, you're estranged with your children. It's like, but do they know I'm their mother? Hey, hello. It's not mother by mouth or father by mouth. Where were you when these children were growing up? Yeah, I don't know. I keep digressing, but it's still part of the talk. Pressure to succeed or meet expectations. Don't let that remove the balance you're supposed to put in this talk. Poor time management. You know that if you get to work late, you will do extra hour that day unfailingly. Keep to time so that you can leave on time as well and go spend time with your family. Don't turn things upside down because it will turn everybody's life upside down. And in today's digital age, the line between work and home is often blurred. You don't even know, especially those working from home, is so dangerous. Hey, you're working from home. That same table you set up, that's where you have your dinner, your lunch, your breakfast, your everything. Sometimes you've forgotten that you have signed out for the day. You still go and sit there, probably having your dinner, because it's like your mind is work. And it makes it harder to switch off. I'm on this table, you're on that table. Please be shifting that table small, or you shift yourself from that table once your official closing hours is clocked. Switch off. Sometimes you have to switch off everything. Otherwise, those emails will never stop popping in. See, and employers aren't making it easy for their workers. Well, you come and explain better, because I might not do justice to it. Yeah, because they know when they call you 8 p.m., you will answer, you will pick that phone, you will respond to that email. They know you. So, if you say no, say first time, second time, third time, the next time they will not come back to you. They know that this isn't as close and gone home and until tomorrow. Whatever is emergency, if you can't sort it out, good luck to you. But anyways, I'll bring you up soon and then you can come and do justice to that yourself. Signs of poor work-life balance. Like I said, even me, I'm trying to balance this talk for us so that it doesn't seem like I'm one-sided or whatever. I'm trying to break it out down as much as possible so we can begin to pick pieces here and there. What are you finding relative to you right now? Yeah, maybe you need to pay attention to it. And I'm so sorry, especially handiwork people who are starting their business, something, you're creative. And I'm so sorry, cake, those who make cake, for example, they will bake till 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's emergency. They need it. They will start pouring, mixing, doing. Everybody is sleeping. They're still mixing the thing. When do you sleep? And the day now comes, they barely would have a couple of hours sleep. This thing will take a toll on your body. It will take a toll. Dakpo, I see. Oh, good evening. It's amazing how we just overlook here. I know it's a small business, it has to grow. You're putting in the effort and all of that. And some people, even when the business is established, they cannot hands off. They cannot leave their workers to do certain things. They just must be there 24/7. No sleep, no break, no jam, no, just vroom. No boundaries, nothing. Tenacity, the TV, I see you. Good evening. Imagine. So let's look at the signs of poor work-life balance, because it's important to recognize when balance is off. It's very important. Yeah, you're right. Some days are very busy, some nothing to do. Imagine. And I want to ask you, cake mistress, when there's nothing to do you go and pamper yourself? Do you go and somebody massage you? Do you go for body massage? Do you go to spa? Do you relax? Or you're just waiting, when is that phone going to ring? Before you know, phone will ring. You haven't looked after yourself. You've not pampered yourself. All the hard work you're putting. You will not even switch off that phone since nothing is coming and go to sleep. Whether it's day, night, morning, whatever. Just go and sleep 6-hour slot, which you haven't done in 5 years. Sleep, you're laughing. Yeah, because when you do that sleep, odd hours of the day is you pampering yourself, taking that break, balancing things out until the next contract will come. That way you're more energetic and your creativity is on point. Other than you're tired. Should I put yellow cream here? Big blue, green. Man, I'm so tired. I'll just put the blue and yellow, and then somebody will be asking, Madam, is yellow and green? I said, but because you're so tired. I don't know if that's for cake mistress. But when you go and sleep, like you've done all that, instead of the next business will come. Is it not birthdays and okay? People will celebrate. They will look for you. But when that calmness come in terms of phone calls or contracts or whatever, go rest, pamper yourself. Because if I asked you, when was the last time you set a 2 weeks away, holiday away or something? I don't know. Cake mistress, please help me, because I don't know. You're the best example I can think of right now. Because I have friends who does this thing, but they're in their 50s now, and they're like, I would have done this better. I would have. But that time is gone, never to be gotten back. Me, I go on holidays. Oh, good. Well done for you. Ade bless. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well done for that, because it's needed. It's necessary. It brings about this balance I'm trying to talk. I'm even going next week. Good for you. Well done. But at least, cake mistress, you understand. You know what I'm talking about. Sorry, next month. Okay, next month. Doesn't even matter. At least you have a plan to go on holiday. Just to take a break. Stop smelling like egg. Egg perfume. It matters a lot. It matters. Because when you break down, look, people will move on to the next person. Sorry. I feel better soon, okay? Next. Please, madam, I need to bake some cake for my birthday. They will move on. Our family loves going on holidays. Yeah, you better love it. Because holiday will not come and meet you where you are. You have to go and meet holiday, if there's anything like that. Signs of poor work-life balance. Constant fatigue or feeling overwhelmed because you're not rested enough. Work. It's not play. Some people do play. Well, of course, they're suffering for it too. Hey. You will get tired. There is no how. We're not, even robots or computer, do you not shut down your computer at some point? Let this thing, even if it's just a reboot, you will shut it down at some point. But some people, they go on. Even Saturdays, Sundays. Nobody signed contract to work on those weekends. So that's when their own shifts is starting. How about let's take it easy. Work replace you fast. I'm telling you, don't overdo it for employment that release you fast. Forget it. I don't know why you think you're most important. Anything happens, they will come and console themselves in your presence even. You know the things you do we're going to miss before you. Somebody else have even started. Once they come to greet you or visit you, somebody else have started, whether temporarily or permanently. So what are you killing yourself for? I'm not saying don't work, don't get me wrong, because I work as well. I don't joke with it. There's time for everything. Imagine I'll sit at work. Insights will not be here now because I'll still be at work. Even with the personal business and all of that, everything has been scheduled. I have to work around it. There's time to sleep, and I've confessed my own sins here. It's sleep I struggle with. And the funny thing is, over time, all these years, I said to myself, at least I must get 7 hours. I found out that by the time I sleep, if I go to bed early, I will now wake up odd hours, middle of the night, and then I'll be counting sheep. Sometimes I just, even if this sleep is not coming, I will be here with my eyes closed. Sometimes I'll pray and fall asleep. Sometimes I'll be there singing songs. Sometimes I reflect. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, what prayer am I supposed to be praying for my family? You know, I do. Sometimes I'll drift away and sleep again. But like a couple of days ago, I lost like 2.5 hours in between. It was paining me. I'm like, hey, sleep now. Not that I was thinking of anything, but because it's 4 hours, 5 hours here and there. So anytime I go to bed early, once that 5 hour sleep is done in my system, it's like, oh yeah, wake up, it's time to go. And then it bounces to be like 3, 4 in the morning. And my alarm is, till 6:20 or there. I'll be like, hey, what is this now? So sometimes I'm even afraid to go to bed early because I'll be like, hey, I don't want to wake up so let me get my 4 hour stretch. But then is it good? So I'm trying my best to at least 6 hours or 7 hours I must get. And I'm struggling. And I'm telling you now, this is my own personal experience. But I'm like, okay, I have to keep at it until my system will readjust itself. So I do understand these things. Again, another sign is irritability or mood swings for no reason. Your brain is overtired. If there's any word like, it's so tired that anything somebody says is supposed to make you laugh, you will be cranky. And they wonder, it's just a joke. Yes, it's a joke because you're not in that space at all. Your mind is ta. Just to relax and laugh at a joke. It's like work even. Your mind is calculating that joke like it doesn't balance, it's not yielding. As you know, it's a joke. It's meant to be a joke. You're not supposed to be overworking and be stressing about it. It's a joke. So for some people, it is that bad. And if you don't make any adjustment, nothing is going to change. Lux, I see you. Thank you. Anyways, you get the gist. Again, neglecting personal relationships. Those are signs. You find out that somebody is calling, when somebody calls and say, long time no see, long time no hear, you know that truly it's been long. Some people, you ask them, when was the last time you even went for a social gathering, birthday, weddings? They will show you maybe in 3 months, like 2, 3, 4, 5 events that they should have gone to, but because of work. Oh, did you attend this one? I planned to, but something came up that day. How about this one? I was almost like I was this close to going. The way they will just make up those excuses, be like, this first, are you for real right now? So don't let these billionaires lie to you that they work all hours of the day. It's a lie. Please tell me about it. It's they love 5G. That's the best word I can use. They love 5G, because now they've made their millions. It's just to keep making that coming, so to say. They rest. And in that place of leisure, they're playing golf, sipping their thing. Another business idea will come, or another contract will come, and all of that. But, there's time for everything. And that's why it's our life. We need to put that balance into it. Otherwise, if life gets hold of you like this, you will be lost. You will be lost in there. So let's be mindful. Don't neglect a personal relationship, because it's part of how God has made us to live on earth as humans. So they have lots of people working for them or on multiple levels. Exactly. So if you two want to get there, everything is with discipline and planning, timing, chance, opportunity, all of these things. It matters. There has to be a balance. Otherwise, something is going to suffer. And you see, even for those billionaires as well, that's why they're billionaires. They have all the money in this world. All their family members are gone and they're just living with regrets. That's why you say, oh, they were in this relationship with this person in 3 months, they've broken up. They're just living like that. Is that life too? There's nothing constant in terms of their relationship, because when they had that opportunity with the one, they messed it up. They couldn't put that balance, and then everybody went their separate ways. And then you wonder, is this man crazy? Is this woman crazy? Their husband is a billionaire, their wife is a billionaire, why would they divorce? There's more to it that meets the eye. Another story for another day. Again, another sign is loss of interest in hobbies or relaxation. Some people, they have a routine. Some is the gym, they go do their workout, they go for runs and all of that. But because they can't put a balance to their work and life, they stop going to gym. They stop going for their walk. They don't go for their swimming that they love to do. It's work. Or, mostly it's always work that takes the place of these things. So many are divorced and are living with partners, not spouses. Yeah, they are divorced, but they're still in that relationship. But nothing is there, really, other than the four walls. Everybody needs to put in the effort. Family time is family time. Work time, go do your work. Nobody's going to hold you not to do your work, and then have your family time. I had a story of recent, they both worked so hard for their money. Now that they are rich. Okay, well, you come and tell us, oh, they divorced. And what's wrong with that? Roundtable Podcast Affairs, how are you? What's wrong with what exactly? Let's be specific, because I don't want to be answering vague or responding to vague chats in there. And what's wrong with that? I'm sure it's leading to something, but you can just put what you're saying, because I'm talking, looking at this and trying to catch up as well. What do you mean, what's wrong with people going their separate ways, or what's wrong with making money, or what's wrong with what exactly? Thank you, Ari, for the heart to me. Thank you. People divorced but still living together. Oh, what's wrong with that? So why are they divorced? Is that the design of marriage? Do you know what a marriage is? God created marriage, and aspects of the Bible talks about marriage, and I'm sure that's not how God designed for marriage to be. People divorce but still living together. You have to come and explain. Roundtable Podcast. So stay tuned. I'm going to round up shortly, and then I'll open the boxes. I want us to talk about these things. You find out that all sort of family dynamics, what's it called? Cohabiting, all sorts. As long as it's not how God designed it, I don't know what that is. I wouldn't even know what to call that, really. One husband, one wife, a man and a woman living together. A man shall leave his father and mother, cleave to his wife. They two will become one. That is what I know. I don't know about being divorced and still living together. What is that supposed to be called? What is that called? If you know, please tell me, because I'm here to learn as well. Anyways, another sign of poor work-life balance is loss of interest in hobbies and relaxation. Like I said, the things you used to enjoy doing, work has taken over, or it could be family that has taken over, whatever it is. As long as it's not balanced, it's hard. There is a government official in the USA that just on her life is okay. All right, let me just pause there and focus. So another sign, last one I'm going to mention, is difficulty concentrating or staying productive. Concentrating on, being there for your family or being productive at work, because it's not balanced. Work is not enjoying you, even family is not enjoying you as such, or sometimes is tilted to one side. All of the goodness in you is for work, and the tiredness of you is for family, is for your wife, your husband. How is that balanced? So you need to be mindful. And they were living together but separated. He also, okay, all right. You can see that is that what God planned for marriage to be, or for people to do to one another? So it's not balanced. It's not the ideal thing, but there's always a solution. And the thing is, sometimes we've gone far deep into that problem that even when the solution comes, we're too prideful to accepting solution, let alone doing anything about it. So is that the best? Is that the best solution for whatever situation they found themselves? I don't think so. So again, recognizing the signs are early allows for timely adjustment. Like I said, some people in their 40s, where did I see a caption or a video or something? People in their 40s, dying deaths of people in their 80s. How is that possible? Because sometimes we've overused ourselves. So we need to be mindful. We need to be mindful. Anyways, let me move on so that I can open the boxes. So strategies to improving work-life balance. Like I say, one heart does not fit all. You know your family dynamics, but at least something. If you find that this is a challenge in your marriage relationship, there has to be something that would work. Whether it's to sit down and find that solution together or seek help or whatever, there's something has to work. So let's look at a few strategies really. Achieving that balance, it requires intentional choices and consistent habits. Intentional choices and consistent habits. So I'm going to mention some practical strategies. One is set clear boundaries. You have to set clear boundaries. Define your working hours, even if it's your private business or whatever it is. Define your working hours and stick to them where possible. I know sometimes emergency or whatever can happen, and that will not happen every day, 24/7. No. Stick to them where possible, those working hours. Avoid checking emails or taking work calls during personal time unless it is absolutely necessary. And this is where that discipline comes in. Again, prioritize and plan. Prioritize and plan. Not everything is urgent. You know that. So identify what truly matters and focus on high impact tasks. The one that you know would take all of your time, whatever, focus on them first. If you have to split it in twos so you can do it over a couple of days or something, it's better. Who has to set a clear boundary? You yourself. It's your life. Yeah, round table. Don't set boundaries. Every other thing will set boundaries for you. Don't worry. Then you'll realize. Thank you for the heart to me. Who's that? 8:13. Oh, good evening. Not everything is urgent. Use tools like to-do lists or calendars to stay organized. Use things like, because that's why they're there, to help you organize yourself, your activities and sort. And again, people, I used to fall into this category before. Learn to say no. Learn to say no. Some people, they cannot say no, no matter how inconveniencing whatever is to them. They don't know how to say no. They will feel guilty. They will feel. And meanwhile, people easily will say no to you. But you don't know how to say no. Taking on too much can quickly lead to burnout. It's okay to decline tasks that exceed your capacity. It's okay. Again, take care of your health. This one, if you like, ask me, how should you take care of your health, or who will come and take care of your health? Don't worry. At least you can pay people actually. You can actually pay people to take care of your health. Everything is money. If you have money, you have everything, so to say. But do you really? Anyways, regular exercises. If it's what you do normally, adequate sleep, hey, God will have to help me in that area. And proper nutrition are essential. A healthy body supports a productive mind. So if you want to be more productive, take care of your health. If you want to enjoy your family time, take care of your health. Otherwise, they'll be the one like taking care of you. After work have finished using you, you now break down. Your family will be the one to put you together. Thank God we're not Humpty Dumpty. Anyways, it's funny, I don't know where that came from. Another strategy I can mention is make time for what matters. Make time for some people. They're the ones going to look for work out of work, inside work. I don't know if that makes sense. Company have said close, clock out, go home. You be the one to call. Oh, this person I noticed. Do you want me to do? I can cover for them. Sometimes it's good, don't get me wrong. There's always a thin line. And that's what we talked about, boundaries. Sometimes it comes in handy. As long as it's not something you do every single day. You're just looking for who to cover. They said go home, finish and go home. No, but you still want to cover. Go and cover somebody at home. Go to your family. If you don't know, go and sleep even. Thank you, Kenneth, for the heart to me. Make time for what matters. Schedule time for family, friends, hobbies, and rest just as you would for meetings or deadlines. You set that meeting time. You dare not miss the time you have to go to that meeting. And yet you can forgo your family time just like that. And it doesn't matter. After all, they will understand. Use technology wisely. See, anything that there is no balances will be abused. Period. So, use technology wisely. While technology can enhance productivity, it can also be a source of constant interruption. So, set limits on notifications and screen times if you must. Something to help you so that you're disciplined. Because sometimes we need help here and there. And again, it brings me to this one, seek support. Communicate with employers, colleagues, or family members when you need help. You don't have to manage everything alone. That's why some people belong to a team, but then they want to do everybody's work. Delegate stuff. Don't kill yourself because they have employed you there. I know you want to impress them or you want to impress yourself, whatever, is good. But when it's at the expense of something else suffering, which you can actually still manage, but you choose not to, that's what you get. So seek support if you have to. Some people have to have meetings with their HR and say, you know what, due to whatever, instead of starting at 8, I can start at 10. Instead of finishing at 4, I'll finish at 6 or something like that. You know, try them. They will never agree. Go and try first. If that is what will help you set that balance you so require. The role of, I think this one might help the role of employers and organizations. I dare just put that there. I think I remember, yeah, put that there. Work-life balance is not solely on individuals' responsibility. So organizations play a critical role by, the reason I just put that is just so you know, because some of us have businesses, you've employed people and all of that. So maybe you can incorporate this just to help your workers. Because sometimes some people, like I said, they don't know how to say no. So organizations, whether small, big, medium size, whatever, can actually help their employers as well. So they can play critical role by offering flexible work arrangements. Some people, in fact, you can even manage it such that instead of working or your company being open for 10 hours or whatever, you can actually be open 24/7, but you know, the shift system comes in like a pattern or whatever can make life better. Some, maybe because of childcare and all of that, they can't really do that 9 to 5 in as much as they really want to. So their children will be back home by 3, by 4 they can, or 5 they can start work, maybe by 5 to 12 or something. Then, you know, something else might have to suffer, but then it doesn't have to. It's all about planning. Your spouse, that time you're at work, they are sleeping, and the time you're sleeping, they are going to work. But there are times so you have to be intentional about making sure that family time will not suffer because you're doing night shift. Lala, I see you, because I suffered for 7 years. When I was doing night, I was doing night, my husband was doing day, and children, you know, in between, like, you know, just like 8, like infinity shape thing like that. I said, never in my life would I do night shift with anybody. It's not possible. In fact, I'd rather not work than to go and be doing night shift. I'm so sorry to everyone doing night shift. I get it. But like I said, every family dynamic is different. I did it for 7 years, been there, done that. Maybe I should put it at that. But if somebody come and invites me now to come and do a night shift right now, I'll just be looking at you. That's my own experience. Some people, it may not have impacted them the way it impacted me, but trust me, for me as a person, no. And those who are doing it, God will help you. I remembered even after I left that job, 3 years after, my sleep was not normal. During the day, when I try to do stuff during the day, I'm like this. People want, this person likes sleep. You don't know that for 7 years, my brain has been reprogrammed to sleep during the day. During the day, you're not asking me to come and do a course. In fact, one time, I remember my company sent me to the day to go and do this course. Do you know what? I just went to the lecturer. I said, look, I'm coming from the night shift. The moment you see me do this, just ask me to go and stand at the back and stand. If I have to hold the computer for you, I don't mind holding it. Otherwise, nothing is going here because this is my sleep time. Imagine. And I struggled for 3 years. And out of that struggle birthed my first book. Because everybody at home, they'll be sleeping, snoring, sleeping. Everybody's asleep. My eyes are like this. When I left the job, my eyes were like, I said, since I can't sleep, oh yeah, bring computer. Let me be writing my book. Since it's been there for you, oh yeah, sit down and start writing the book. That's what I do. And then when it's morning, you see me yawning, I want to go to bed. And then everybody's waking up. It messed me up. Honestly. Anyway, another story for another day. So be mindful. Offering flexible work arrangements for workers can help. Let everybody choose what works for them. So that way, at least you're flexible. Encouraging reasonable workloads. Not that when they're about to clock out, you now bring this ginormous task for them and, they want to finish it before they go. And that will take another 3-4 hours. Let's be lenient or merciful. So I don't even know the word to use now. Again, promoting a culture that respects personal time. In fact, once they walk past certain whatever, your computer, you have so programmed it that it will bring a message of clock out or log off or shut down or something, because some people, they are so engrossed, they don't even look at time. So Nigerian bosses are good at that. You see, Nigerian bosses, well, okay, that's good. At least somebody still cares. So promote that culture that respects personal time. And again, providing mental health and wellness support. I remember every Wednesday at work, once I entered the staff room, I always love to go. See, once a month or so is Mental Awareness Wednesday, that we call it. You will see all sort of goodies there. Some you have to dig your hand. It's just fun. Like before work starts, you go. Sometimes it's cake, donuts, biscuits, all sorts like that. And they just want you to relax a bit. So you can stay, have your cup of tea, have biscuits or donut or something, So, I mean, if something, other people, whether they do it, I don't know, but we do it at work, and it's such a thing, and it brings that connectivity as well. So when organizations support balance, employees are more engaged, they are loyal, and they are productive. And you find out that you get the best out of them. Somebody who cares for my family time, why won't I care for the work I'm doing for them? Somebody will send me home. For me, it's okay, just go home. Your husband will be waiting for you. Go home. How many? Anyway, let me not go there, but at least you get the gist. So I'll round up now. I don't know why it's taking so long now, but I'm rounding up shortly. So a balanced perspective here. I'm going to conclude shortly. It is important to understand that perfect balance does not exist. It does not exist. Life comes in seasons. At times, work may demand more attention, especially when you've just changed jobs or relocated because of work and all of that, a whole lot of things. And again, at other times, personal life may take priority, especially when you just started to have babies and all of that. There's only so much you can do at work. Thank God for maternity leave for women, at least. Even some fathers, they extend their paternity leaves, because these things is not easy. You haven't been a mother before. You have not been a father before. This is the first time, and you might be struggling sometimes. And if work does not understand, they give you 1 week, you must be back on Monday. And you're telling them, look, I still need a week more, something. And they're like, no, either that or you lose your work. How about now? Be lenient. So the goal is not perfection, but awareness and adjustment. The goal is not perfection, but awareness and adjustment. Knowing when things are out of balance and taking steps to realign. It's very important. It's very key when you're talking about work-life balance. So I'm concluding by saying this. Work-life balance is about intentional living. Intentional, conscious living. It is about making choices that align with your values, protect your well-being, and allow you to thrive professionally and personally. And all of these things lies with you. Oluto, good evening. I didn't even see him, but I see your message to him. So when we achieve balance, we become healthier, we build stronger relationships, we perform better at work, and ultimately we live more meaningful lives. So let us strive not just to work hard, but to live well. That's where the balance is. And guys, I'm done with my own 2 cents. The question for us is how do you set boundaries between work and personal life? How do you set boundaries? Like I said, everybody's family life is different, is dynamic from one to another. So how do you set boundaries between work and personal life? And 2, should organizations be responsible for employees' well-being, or is it a personal responsibility? Maybe that's the question my friend is looking for there. Should organizations be responsible for employees' well-being, or is it a personal responsibility? Guys, thank you for listening. Bringing hope and make you feel alright. Yo, I see you. Happy good evening. Thank you, Leslie. Good evening. I hope you're good. Thank you for liking this live. So guys, that is my talk for today. We're talking about work-life balance. I've tried to break it down as much as I can, but I know I can never finish breaking it down, so to say. And this is where you guys come in. We rub minds together, expand it some more. As many people that will be listening, if you found yourself like your work, all work and no play, make somebody a dull person. Nobody wants to be dull. But then you have to take initiatives, you have to take responsibility, you have to do the needful, make sure there's boundaries, plan stuff and all of that. And none of that would happen if you don't make it happen. But it's your life we're talking about. And more so, we're talking about your life as a husband, your life as a wife, your life as a married couple. Work-life balance. Guys, send me an invite. Let's talk some more about this. I've done my bit, let's see how far we can expand this so that we have better understanding and we can adjust life where necessary to bring this balance we're talking about. Is very important. Very, very important. Send me an invite. Let's reason together. Let us reason together. Good evening, everyone, as you're joining in. Let me see. I'm just clicking on that button and see. Yes. Oh, good evening, Leslie. Good evening. Thank you. Good evening, Debbie. Olajide, I see you. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you? Happy
Good
Thursday.
evening. Yeah.
Is it me or this month is running so fast?
It's not you. The month is running. I don't even know. Time is running too fast.
In fact,
Even my young children are saying it, and that's serious.
mid-April. When was it? We're just saying happy April.
Yeah.
Thank you, Olajide one. I
Serious.
see you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Debbie, for the heart to me. Yes, Leslie. I don't know how much of my talk you heard, but we're talking about
I've enjoyed the talk. I enjoyed it. Even though I came late, I enjoyed what I heard. I enjoyed it.
work-life balance. Let us put balance to it.
That one is not easy for people who are workaholic.
All work
It's
and
not
no
easy.
play.
I think it's to me, once you decide you're going to marry, and that's why I thank God for the relationship thing we did. There's two what I always love. That's the big one I take out from that thing is you have to learn to adjust and adapt. Those are the skills you need in marriage. It's the learning to adjust and adapt. If you don't know how to adjust and adapt, you're going to struggle. If you're somebody who has a personality that is driven and you only think one way, it's good in certain areas. But in marriage, it's not going to work. I just give that one for free. It's not going to work. You're not dealing. Your spouse is not a project.
No.
I think there's a saying I heard it today on a radio broadcast. They said, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. before they now attend or listen to you. So you can be the most skilled everything, but if you are only just you don't consider the other person's perspective, you're not considering other factors, it doesn't matter what you are contributing, how much you're doing, it's a waste of time, because then you don't understand the reality or perspective. And in that marriage, especially if you have children, it can be difficult. It can be very difficult. And I've said, I think I've said this many times. A lot of our Nigerian people, everything is just money. And then when they get married, they find that there are other factors. There are other factors. It's not just money.
To adjust,
the other factors to this.
Problem.
Yeah, and if the only characteristic you think you have is that you have finances, you're not going to build a marriage on that. They're going to eat money 24/7. What about the other factors? Maybe you're leaving them with too many responsibilities. You're leaving them with too many things at home. If you feel, okay, I work, and then when I come home, that's it. Once you have children again, maybe before you have children, that's not a problem. Before kids, or once the kid enter this thing, the dynamics will change.
Yeah.
And when you're raising children, when you're even a child, both parents have to learn to bond with the child. Both parents if you're going to raise a child properly, both parents need to learn how to bond with the child. One person did not have that child by themselves. It's two people that made that child. So you got to learn. And so if you don't have a good work-life balance, and again, it's not perfect, but you've got to have a point where you can make certain adjustments. So I don't care how high profile you are, you can make adjustments. The reason why you're high profile is because that's one of the benefits, is that you can get a benefit out of that, in that you can they say, okay, weekends is no-go area. You can. There's a Netflix person I follow on LinkedIn. My wife has introduced me to him, and this is a multi-millionaire. Possibly, Netflix is worth billions. He's one of the early founders of Netflix, and he said that before Netflix even took off, that one of the things he had with his wife is that Thursday and weekend, non-negotiable. After Thursday, after 5 p.m., no work. He doesn't see email, nothing. He doesn't care how much money. Thursday after 5 p.m. and then weekend, non-negotiable. And he said that when he came to Netflix, this was the early days, it was very busy. But he said that that was the two things he made was clear. That he would not work Thursday after 5, and the weekends were non-negotiable. Netflix is a $1 billion company, still there. Yeah. So if this person can do that, what's the excuse? Yeah. Unless you don't prioritize your wife, and I don't think they had children at the time. I know you have kids now. So unless you don't prioritize your marriage, unless you don't prioritize your wife, it can be done. And I think sometimes people give this impression that they can't do it, it's not possible. And I feel like, no, it's possible if you want it to be possible. Mm-hmm. One of the things I learned this, I learned this when I was working in, they're not around anymore, Lehman Brothers, and then I moved to work for Rothschilds, and this is the early 2000s. And one of the things I've noticed is that these guys, they will work 18-hour days, 19-hour days, and they still have for affair. So I used to tell myself, if you have time for affair, you have time. Yeah, if you have time for affair, you actually have time for your wife. And I saw this, and it was a big thing. And I wasn't married then, but I said, wow, this is the same person I'm saying hasn't got 25, but I'm seeing him with this woman, and he's going on for the weekend, and he's back on Monday 6 a.m. But he's had the whole weekend with somebody, and he's telling his wife he's gone for the trip. And I'm like, no, you actually have time. Yeah. So I feel when people give the excuse, I think they want to justify a particular lifestyle habit. They're not actually looking to adjust. They're not actually looking to make, it's just, I just want to have my way. And I always say that, what's the point of being married if you just want to have your way? You can just do that on your own. You don't need to get married. You can have your way by yourself. Yeah. If you do get married, what you're saying in essence is that I am willing to make room for this person to be themselves as well as me to them. That's what you're saying in essence when you get married. unless you marry for different reasons. And people can marry for all sorts of reasons.
Yeah.
But the true essence of marriage that God created is that two people come together because they love one another and they want to build something. They're building towards something. They want to do something together. You know, else don't get married. You can make money by yourself. You can buy a house by yourself. You can buy a car. You can do all these things by yourself. You know, but if you do get married, then you are saying in essence, I'm willing to make the adjustments when necessary. You know, you can't make the adjustments. So
how,
the work-life
then,
balance.
Leslie? So how do you set boundaries between work and personal life?
Well, one of the things I'm going to bring in terms of practical experiences that I found that like everything, there's a season, and I think most reasonable people will know when you're getting into a job or career for the first time, you are new in the game. They know you're going to do what they call sweat equity. You got to put in the time. They know that. So most reasonable people know that. The problem is when after a year or two, you're already now established and you're still behaving like your first time in the office. Come on. After 1 year in the office, even within 6 months, once you pass the probation, you start to know how to maneuver certain things. You do know how. I think the problem is people want to work like they are just starting the job and they're 5 years in and you're still behaving like you got to do 18-hour days. Come on. And I don't care what industry you are in. You are not that indispensable that they can't do without you. I have seen this with my two eyes where lawyers, high profile lawyers, financiers went home, did not come back, and within 2 days, somebody was on the desk. Within 2 days, some of them 1 day. I've seen it with my two eyes. Did not come back, and within a couple of days they were replaced. So, men, please stop. You're not that important that if I don't come into work, the work will stop. No. There'll be billions who have passed away. The company is still here. They're still doing that. So learn to have that understanding. And I think once you have that understanding, you can begin to be a bit more realistic about what you're doing with work. Unless it's your company, even if it's your own business, your own company, there's a point you get where the company is established to start to do certain things well. If you've done your homework, you've got the right people, the right team, and you can just make it. You can. In fact, I know people who work 3 hours a day. They're making really good money, and they only work 3-4 hours a day. That's it. They go for all their children's events. In fact, that's one of the biggest drive was they wanted to be there for their family. It was the biggest thing they wanted, and that was the dream they worked on. So I think it's a priority issue. So you can't achieve the work-life balance. It's just dependent on the individual and the couple at the time, and how you're willing to adjust and work things through. Some careers will demand more, like if you're a doctor, especially in the early years. And I'm sure some women, some wives or husbands can understand. They will work with it. But when the opportunity comes, make the adjustment. You can say, hey, first 3 years in this is going to take this amount of time and effort. And most people are reasonable. But it's when you're trying to escape. I think, in my opinion, I've seen that sometimes some husband or wife are using work to escape from home responsibility. That's another thing I've noticed. They don't want to deal with, especially if they're having young children, they don't want to deal with that aspect. And it's sad because they don't know that's the time of the bonding period is when the children are still young. When they start hitting that age of 11, 12, if you haven't done that homework, then you're going to start wishing, why aren't they listening to you? Why don't they pay attention to you? Because you've not done that bonding experience. It's not forever. You can work on it later on, but it's harder.
Yeah.
So don't think you are being smart by I'm avoiding, because they do see it. They do feel it. At some point they start to tell and they know. So I think just work on it, be realistic about the outcomes, talk about your expectations, what you're doing at work and the demands it has. And again, like I said, most people are reasonable. It's when people want to use the work to escape, that's when it's a problem. So I think you can discuss it, you can talk about it. I know that there's certain times and seasons. You're not going to be, nobody's going to expect you to be in the office all the time, 24/7 for the rest of your life. That's not realistic. And we know that to be true. So be realistic, work on it, and constantly check whether you can change your hours or work your time. It can be done. Right now in the UK, we have what they call 10-time hours now. It's a thing now. It's an actual thing now. That's because somebody worked and people demanded for it, and now it's an actual thing. So it can be done. It can be done in every area of life. Except medical emergency services. But even that, they have shift work to cover that too.
Of course.
But yeah.
So should organizations be responsible for employees' well-being, or is it a personal responsibility?
It's both. And I think it's better. I think it's better today, although some organizations can be quite difficult. Again, it depends on one's career, depends on one's industry. I'm mainly within tech, a lot of tech and startup in work. So, but I even noticed now, even in tech, I don't know about banking. I used to do that a long time ago, so I don't know how that's like now. But even the tech world, they are a lot more understanding today. You do see that you can work certain hours as long as you're delivering that job. They don't really, some of them don't even care if you don't do the full 8 hours. As long as you've delivered the report, you delivered the analysis, you delivered the spec, your KPIs, whatever it is. And a lot of them are working from home. A lot of tech companies now, a lot of them do work from home a lot. So, and hybrid working is quite common in the industry I'm involved in a lot. So that helps as well. That helps too. So but I don't know. But when I had my tribunal, all the lawyers I had, 90% were working from home. In fact, I never met them in person throughout that process of 18 months. Wow. So they were all working from home. And this is law firm. These were two law firms, and they were all working from home. They only met and everything was online. In fact, the only time I saw them in the office was the first time I met them. After that, it was just working from home. So even the legal industry has changed as well now. It has changed. So again, it's possible. And I'll finish with, I think like the Bible says all things are possible to them that believe. It is possible. If you want to have time with your family and it's important to you, you find a way. Like I said, I remember working in the early days of Lehman Brothers, and these guys will do 18, 19 hours and they'll have time for affair. If you can do that, come on, you have time for your family. You do. Yeah, I'll finish that. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. My goodness. May God give us wisdom and understanding. Thank you for your contribution. So at least you've kickstarted the discussion aspect of insight for us today. Thank you. Relationship cleaning. I don't know whether it's a question you have today or you have a contribution, but let's hear your views. We're talking about work-life balance, and we have two questions here. The first one is, how do you set boundaries between work and personal life? And we know that everybody's family dynamism or dynamics is different. So that's what we're trying to, share. Maybe mine can be similar to yours, and, can benefit from whatever it is you've got to say. So let's hear you. That's the first question, and then I'll pose the second question when you're done with that. Good evening and happy Thursday.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, I think my own kind of talk today is not actually to answer the question directly, it's actually to rant.
Okay, please. The space is yours.
I don't know if we have employers in this life today, maybe employers of labor. You have some staffs that are working for you. If we do, then that will be a great one, because I will be speaking on behalf of all the staffs.
Okay. Well, technically, I've employed myself to work for myself. So, yeah, go on, please.
Okay. Since I started working in the corporate world, I would say I've never had. Okay, maybe I've had just one good boss that I can, in my own terms, I can call him good boss. Wow. But the others have been something else. There's no work-life balance. The first place I worked when I just left my NYC, of blessed memory to him now, because the man is late.
Oh, God rest his
soul. Will I say Even after I left that job, I was still depressed. I was still depressed.
Is
Let
it
me not
that
just
bad
lie.
or that good?
It was very bad. The
Wow.
environment was so toxic. Okay, let's leave the toxic now. Let's talk about the work-life balance now. Let me talk about that part. Do you know that if we are at the office, our closing time is 5 p.m. and it's 5 p.m. Nobody dares stand up to leave.
Why?
You can't, as far the boss is there, you can't stand up to say you are going home. It's past your time. You have to wait until the boss is done, until he goes home, until he leaves the office. If it's by 7 p.m., if he wants to leave that office, that's how everybody will be there. Nobody will dare leave. And
Hey.
on few occasions that I've tried to walk away to go home by 5 p.m., they will be asking, you will now start asking, where are you going to? I'll be asking myself, but this, you told us work time is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And in my mind, I'll be like, it's not yet
Let's see.
5 p.m. And yeah, somebody wants to go home. He said, where am I going to? And all that. He said, every person who are seated, if I'm better than them, I'll be asked the way they say, where he said it. Is
That's
that
manipulation. Oh.
aside? That one is because I know we have even Sundays, I'll be at work working. It's
Okay.
not like it's not like we are being paid to work on non-working days. We don't get paid for working extra hours or extra time, but our salaries get distorted when we come late to office. If you come late to the
Eh?
office, maybe 30 minutes late, 1 hour late, the HRO has already taken notes, and by the end of the month, you will see it in your paycheck. Your salary will be deducted, and you we work long hours. So I will work 10 p.m. I mean, that time I was still a single guy. I was not married. Imagine a lady working late hours in a physical office, and when you are close from work, you not even see who will take you home. Everywhere will be so dried. Like sometimes before I will get home, I will pass a longer route. I'll pass I'll not pass through express, like pass through express, so that like, because those local keke at that time that drives towards my house, they have closed for the day. So it was that bad. So this is me ranting. Please, employers, make your office, make your working environment more suitable for your employees. We are still
We're
human
begging,
beings.
no?
We are human beings. You
Hey.
work, that one ended. The way I even left that job, our boss sacked everybody. He said he's closing down the company and sacked us. So we all went home. Later that week, few persons got a message. I got a message to that we can come back and this. He just wanted to filter out the bad eggs amongst us, that I can come back.
Hey.
Yeah, I did not go back. I said this is the end of it for me. After I left that job, I was still depressed. To tell you how bad it was, I was still depressed. If I let me know, go into the other aspects. So I
Wow.
left that job, and God did this for me. I got another job again. This one was not a remote job. In fact, this was when I entered into the remote space, because I was now working from home as a freight dispatcher. I was working for a logistics company in the US,
Okay.
and the CEO of the company is a Nigerian.
Wow.
So just that he's in the US now, and he has a trucking company, and I started working there. That was another bad experience for me.
Ah.
When you ever mention something like when it's few minutes to close work, then your boss will now send you tasks. That is typical example of that my former boss. Typical example, when we just like 1 minute, maybe we close by 11 p.m. Nigerian time. When it's 1 minute to 11, he will do a group call, and that group call will last for 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes. So we now work till 12 a.m. or something like that, and you dare not leave the call. So I don't understand. You dare
From
not leave the
fan to
call.
fire.
That so I don't know why I'm just, let's say I'm just unlucky.
It's
What this
not
kind of
funny,
boss.
but I mean, it's
So
funny.
it was that bad, no work-life balance. You can be sleeping in the middle of the night because our time zones are different. You can be sleeping in the middle of the night and your boss will be calling you, and you have to pick that call.
Wow.
You have to pick that call. Like even it was that bad. It was that bad, and we are promised bonuses because as time progressed, okay, we did our boss did something, because there was a period of time that some staffs were making the company lose money. Some few staffs, I'm not part of them, because in fact I will call myself the best staffs in that one of the best staff in that company. As at then, few staffs were making us lose money in the company, and the whole of the staffs we pay, even those who are not responsible, they will pay from their salaries. So it got to a point, our boss now said, okay, from now henceforth, let's do it in this way. If the company lose money because of staffs, the staffs will share in the debt. If company gains, like if there's profit, we'll still share in the profit. So that was how we were doing it. It now started it. As it started that thing, we now started getting money. Like we're now in profit more. And could you
Because
believe that
everybody wants
sometimes we will make money, and the profit that will be shared to us will be compared to what, like, will not be part of the agreement we made. Sometimes trucks will start breaking down, and if trucks break down, imagine how can truck break down and you repair the truck and maybe we not fall into loss, you now minus that money from our salary. The time we'll have profit, you find a way to put different expenses, or you find a way to calculate it in a way that, like, because me, I was working
next to nothing comes to you.
yes, I was working in accounting, and also I was also a load hunter, getting loads for drivers. After that time when I was working with them, just like few months ago before I left. So I was just like, what kind of toxic, because I mean, it's just too much. So this is just me ranting. Let's do better. Actually, Nigerians, I don't know, let's do better. Okay, there's one boss I worked for. I discovered that the boss lives in Nigeria and the job is a Nigerian job, but it's a remote job. So I was working for this company, like, we are just working for 1 year, 2 years. Like, I was always working like over 3 years. I discovered that I work morning till night. And normally working hours are supposed to be between 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. I work morning till night, even 11 p.m. I'm still answering messages. You ask me on the group, who do this, why do that? I will still be there to answer. So at a point, I thought myself that, you have to just complain. You have to just complain and tell and just air your mind to your boss, because I'm working for them for over 3 years. So I told my boss that, sir, CEO, like, I discovered that while working with you, I don't really have time for myself again. Like, I just explain myself that, okay, can we have a closing time so that I will know that this time it's no longer, we're not working. Our weekend is not time for work, it's time for maybe my personal stuffs and all that. So since I said that, I discovered that, for instance, now, maybe my closing time is by 5. My boss will send a message he will send a message on Saturday night by 10 p.m. Then on Monday morning, because there's one day I just myself that I will not just answer this message. There's one time I did it. He sent a message on Saturday night by 9 p.m. Saturday is not a working day. That is like the first thing. And in the night by 9 p.m. he sends that message, and I did not respond on purpose, because I was like, let me just wait. On Monday I will respond and we take over from this. This is not something very urgent. On Monday morning, what got to my table was my boss was quarreling with me. He said, why will you send a message by 2 days ago and we are yet to reply? Especially Eno. Why did I not reply to the message? And I said, sir, you sent the message by 9, and 9 p.m. I was already sleepy. That was my bed. That's my bedtime, and it was on Saturday. On Sunday, I was not even available. I was just so busy. So my mind is that on Monday I will attend to it. He was angry because I was trying to, like, I discovered that I'm not too much focused on working non-stop. So I was not giving myself boundaries by myself in the job, and different issues. Like, my boss will not be like, especially Eno, why did you not do this? Especially Eno. I'm just tired.
Oh my, I'm so sorry on behalf of that management. It's not
Oh,
ideal.
thank you. I think that's my own take for this aspect. And I will advise anybody, if you want to work in a place from the onset, because I discovered that maybe from the onset I did not actually set those boundaries.
Yeah.
That's why it was difficult to not set them. From the onset, once it's close time, off your phone. Even if especially remote jobs. Because me, I've worked remotely for a very long time now. Remote jobs, there's no boundaries at all, because they just feel that you're at home. So even if it's 12 a.m. the night, even if it's past your work time, she's at home, she wants my message. She's at home and all that. So from the onset, set those boundaries. If it's time for, if it's close off, or just close and wait till the next day to answer messages. Because if you don't set it, it will be difficult to set it later on. So that is just my own take.
Yeah.
I don't know your second question, although I have
Well, you technically answered. So the second question is, should organizations be responsible for employees' well-being, or is it a personal responsibility?
It's part of organization's responsibilities. I've had bosses that will promise, don't worry, let's do health insurance. They will promise it, promise that, and they will never do it. They will never. They are always like they're only after what will benefit them and the company. They're not even after the staff well-being. If in fact the place I mentioned that I work that's a US company. You're ever afraid to say you are sick. You're even afraid to say I'm not feeling me. When I was pregnant, then I worked with my pregnancy because I'm just scared. What if they say, no, it's not at work, we're not at work, and not at this and all that. We are still working, even if I'm sick. I will still be working and all that because the company does not even care whether you are doing better. This my birthday, sir. How does that concern us? Go and do this.
My
They
goodness.
are only after their pockets, not even the staff. And I would say if employers actually care about their employees' well-being, it will make the work easier and smoother and will make the environment a peaceful one. So that's just what I have to say in
Thank
that
you.
aspect.
Thank you so much. My goodness. In fact, my jaws are still like seriously. It is well. It is well. Like I said, if you don't set boundaries, other things will set boundaries for you, and you just be forced to live life like that. Even though you're grumbling, mumbling, it's like nobody cares unless you care enough to, start about making that change yourself. Thank you for sharing those real life experiences. I mean, thank you, thank you. Shan, good evening. How are you? Happy Thursday to you as well. Awesome.
Hey, good evening. How
Yay.
are
It's
you?
so, I'm fine. You still jet lagging or something?
I don't know, it could be my network. Is it better now?
Oh, no, no, we can hear you, as in you sound like you're about to sleep or you just woke up or something.
No. I think maybe I'm just a bit exhausted, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Take good care of yourself, you know. We're talking about this work-life balance now. I don't know which one is the case with you.
I
But
actually
yeah.
related. I related with what relationship coach mentioned. I was even revisiting a moment when I was at school before I came back to my country. I was like, I struggled to balance academic and my life. And academic life, like doing masters, I used to have like three days
Wow.
of classes, then the other 2 days in a week without class, but I even still found myself struggling to balance it with my personal life. Now, but I also revisited a time when I worked for a year before I went for my master's, and I think the same experience that a relationship coach had is the same. And I must say, it is really, really hard to balance your personal and family life, especially if you're working under a company, a private company. I think with the government, there's a lot of reluctance when it comes to,
Flexibility, maybe.
yeah, flexibility when it comes to monitoring your work performances and all that when you're working with the government. But also with non-government organizations, I feel they have quite policies regarding to the well-being of the employees compared to the private company. These people are after their money. They will not care. I remember when I got my first actual job. I've been doing internship, volunteering, and all that, but my first ever, you know, clean job. I worked for 1 year. I was working with a law firm as an administrative assistant and court clerk,
Oh,
and I was required to be at office by 8 because I was the one opening office, and so I have to be there before them.
yeah.
But remember, I'm using public transport. and they drive themselves. So first they want me to be there early, and yet I use public transport and they drive themselves to work.
Yeah.
And I think it's even harder for women to balance their personal life and also family life, women who are in the workspace,
Yeah.
especially those who are kind of traditional in that they want to first wake up in the morning, do some house chores, prepare the kids and all that. And with that, you've already really taken a lot of your time doing that, and then you prepare, go for work, and then after work you have to come and balance household. You think of what are the kids going to, especially those who do not really prefer having house helps. You have to come back. I feel that is even where you fail to balance your life, even within the household. Balancing life sometimes, life and work balance. Sometimes not even about you going for vacation. It's just about you having enough time with your children, with your husband, as you mentioned, and with some of your relatives, of which it becomes quite uneasy for women, especially. I think men can easily have that, especially for those in Africa. I think it's different from those of you in the UK and the US. Africa men know nothing about kitchen. Children, their roles are just to go, grab money, put money on the table, and that's it. Now you find a woman who is also into grabbing money, but at the same time you have to come, make sure.
Sorry to cut you, Shan. I used to tease my husband. I said if we were still living in Nigeria, I don't think he will know how to change pampers or feed baby or and he said, no, they're my children. I said, first how
He would
even me
never.
maybe even me self, I won't do that. I will get house help. Who knows? I don't know, but
Yeah, so it really becomes quite unfair for women. So they even fail to balance their physical health and mental health, because you come back from work at 4 or 5 p.m. and then you drop your bag, you start thinking of what the kids are going to eat, you need to put them to sleep. Before you know it, you're getting to bed at around 9, 10 p.m. and yet your husband probably came back at 4 or 5, same time. Maybe some of them would want to go hang out with the boys, and they're having that balance already, like work life balance. They're refreshing themselves, or some of them just come and sit on the couch, living room, watching and all that. But you are there still, in the kitchen, try to set things up. So it makes it hard for a woman to balance life. And I think from my experiences, from some of the relatives I've been with, it has kind of affected like the relationship. I think you mentioned divorce. That
yeah.
is rampant, especially in African homes, whereby a woman kind of discovered that, okay, I can also work, and also part of taking care of the children is not entirely my role. But then you find this really patriarchal man saying that, you know what, even if you're working 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., it is your role to take care of the children. So you find this kind of woman overstretching herself because she has to balance her demanding job, because she's a career woman and she doesn't want to drop it. And I think Leslie mentioned that you don't have to really tie yourself to a company because they can do it without you. It is quite hard in Africa here, because I think some of you know that it's very hard to get even that job. So once you land on one, you need to hold it like your life depends on it, because you cannot easily get the next one, even with the experiences you have. So that's why some people, even if they're given, maybe the relationship coach mentioned that if your boss gives you a task on Saturday, you just have to work on it. You find a way of balancing it. If they tell you, if their value rule is that you cannot leave before your boss, you have to stay, because they're giving you a job. And we are talking about work life balance. How will you balance your personal life or whatever if you're not
Exactly.
working? You need that money. You need the money to balance your life, to go for vacations, to have those, refreshing courses or life, something like that. You need money. So if you don't want to hold onto that job, however aggressive or stressing it is, how are you going to balance your life without money? So I think that is why a lot of people stick to jobs that are,
Stressful.
a great, yeah, yes, because they need it, especially in Africa. Actually, one time I found myself, and I told you these people don't care, like they just want their money. One, I think during rainy season in Kampala, in Uganda, here around August, it's rainy. So one time it rained that I even had a raincoat, but I couldn't even, it was raining with hailstorms. I couldn't even walk out to go to a taxi stage to get some taxi. So up to around 8, 9, I wasn't at work. You won't believe the amount of emails I received. It was just one time, the amount of emails I received. They were like, Sharon, you're not in office. Clients are here. You're supposed to go and file this court case at this, law firm, blah, blah, and all that. But I told them, it's been raining here. I was like, you could have woken up early. I was like, I woke up at 6. It was raining at 6. You wanted me to wake up at 4. Then I get robbed. That had happened several times. Even if I just go like 10-20 minutes late at work, still they're going to say something. So you reach a point. Actually, one time I did it intentionally. Actually, when I was applying for my scholarship, I was supposed to do my interview, of which I could have done the interview at work, but I intentionally told them, you know what, I'm going to do interview from work. You can't believe I almost got fired. And yet I told them I would have an interview like for only 2 hours, and then I get back to work around 11 or midday. I almost got fired, but I had to just, continue because I needed the money and all that. So it's really hard for one to balance their life working at the same time. But again, speaking from experiences, as I mentioned, the children actually in this, because we're talking about work-life balance, is not only you as an employee, as a woman or as a man. Most times, the children even bears more, especially if you work from Monday to Friday, and then some of the women, again from my experience, even the men, as I mentioned, that most of the men, they just reach home, drop their stuff, then I go chill with the boys. Saturdays are not home. Instead of using the Saturday to be with the wife, with the children, it's only Sunday that they're home. And Sunday you're going to church half day. Then you have only 6 hours to spend time with the children. So literally, the children are being raised by people who are not even related to them, and I don't think you would trust the moral upbringing of your child or children with somebody that you just brought into your home. And most times it's none of their interest, whether the child is degrading moral, it's none of their interest, but you're there focusing on your work because you think you need it more than. I like the statement that I think Leslie or you mentioned, that most times we focus on money, and yet family is more important compared to that money. As you said, a lot of people are divorcing because they've made a lot of money, but they fail to balance their life and family. They've made work like their life, and yet family is supposed to be their life. And children, most of the children nowadays, I've been actually thinking why most of the children are not being raised morally upright, because the parents are not there in their lives. Work has taken over. Work has taken over the life of their parents. They just want to see, okay, my child has eaten, that is it. Okay, has gone to bed, okay, is going to school, okay, that's enough. But they don't care to see if the child is growing morally upright, or maybe they're even performing. Even most times, even when something's happening at school, they're just going to send someone, go check the performance. The child has an activity, send someone. So you fail to balance your family to raise children, and by the time you know it, yes, you've made a lot of money, but it's too late for you to start re-raising up the children to be a better child or an adult in future. So I must say it is very, very hard, especially someone who is into the workspace. They want to develop their career and all that, at the same time balance with family. It is hard. But maybe responding to your second question, the role, I think it's for both. Relationship coach mentioned, I think Leslie mentioned it. At times you even have to now force yourself, because if it means them kicking you out of the office, let it be, because some offices are really, really so mean. So I would say that it's the role of both you, but it would start from the organization. I think organization should really think of the welfare of the employees. I don't think those organizations or companies are run by robots. They also have their families, and in most cases, they're doing well with their families. Why do you think the bosses go to work at 9, 10? They've been spending time with the children, with the family, but they're here, not giving you access to that. So why don't they also create some policy? I think I've seen that with a lot of NGOs. Most of the NGOs, Friday is off. Friday you work like only up to midday. And then they also have some work-life balance sessions, maybe once in maybe 2 times in a quarter. They take you out for retreats and all that and all that. I think if almost all companies, especially private companies, could really adopt that to give, time to employees to reset themselves, not to really make it hard for them. But if they are not doing that, I think at times you just have to force yourself, even if it means you telling them, you know what, I think tomorrow I can't make it to work. First dare them. Dare them, because you wouldn't risk losing your family, and yet theirs is kind of, being intact, and yours, you making money for them, but you're splitting away from your family, but above all your health. So I think that's what I can just share, but it's a role of both, but it starts from the company, because it's a survival means, so they don't have to really be so mean to us, the fact that we're working for them. But if they fail to cater for our well-being, then you just have to make it a priority for you to handle that.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shan. Thank you. Yes, you can. As Shan was speaking, I just remember, I think there's a place my husband worked, as a project manager and all of that. I think they take turns every day now, or the massage place is there because they say they're always constantly in the computer doing stuff. So they will go, whether it's for half an hour, they will give them head massage or something. I say, if it's me, I will not miss that. So every day they come and massage my head. Some little things like that it goes a long way, honestly. Thank you, Shan, for your contribution. Yeah, Leslie, you want to say something quickly?
Yeah, I just want to say something quickly. In
Yes.
terms of what Shan is saying, and I do understand. Yeah, I mean, Africa, the different environments as well. But I think bad bosses are everywhere in the world.
Yeah,
I
well, yeah,
dropped
everywhere.
some points there. My wife worked for a very difficult boss for 16 years. So this is top level science work. She was
You
doing
must
lab
have
work.
some level of patience.
And yet, the guy would not promote her. He will allow her to do her PhD. He just blocked. And then somebody will come into the same job within a year, he's giving her access to training. My wife had to fight for everything. But one of the things that I wanted to say, this is where I think if you're married and you do the work, and that's the power of agreement, is learning to pray for one another. Learning to pray for one another. And I'm going to say this because I think sometimes we give too much power to these people, so much power that we almost behave like we come back home and
Without
extend the
them,
problem back
yeah,
home
without them we can't
and don't
survive.
find a way, okay, oh, honey, I'm dealing with this. Are there ways we can do with it? And pray about it. And I remember one time my wife was pregnant with her second child, and something happened to the point where she was bleeding out. And I was like, hey, they called us, they called me that, your wife is bleeding, come and carry her and everything.
Wow.
And we took her to hospital, and she was back the same day later that night. And then the man now, her boss was now like, you need to be back the following Monday. I told my wife, you're not going anywhere. I said, don't give a damn if it's your boss. I don't care. You are going to be at home for the next 1 week. And I'm going to find every legal this thing to make sure that you're not. I said, this is our second child that we've been waiting for like 3 years.
Wow.
And I said, you're not going anywhere. She said, please. I said, if you lead, I love you're not going anywhere. That weekend we prayed, and I said, God, my wife almost lost our second child.
Wow.
She stayed home for that week. Do you know that when the GP saw her, he signed her off for another 2 weeks and said, you're not going to work for another 2 weeks.
Thank God for that. Wow.
Thank God my son is here. Praise God, the genius that he is today. But that's what it took. And it was because I said no. And we prayed about it. And I thank God, I believe God heard it. And no, I don't care what he's paying you. That's not going to happen. And I feel sometimes we give these bosses too much power. There has to be a way. There has to be, like I said, there's a reason why we have 10 hours. It's because somebody fought for it. I think sometimes people just don't fight. They don't want to be on the line. I went to court. My last contract, I went to court. It took 18 months, almost 2 years. So I'm not just saying theory. This is reality. I work in a toxic work environment because they are paying us so much X amount of money with a contract. But I went to court. I could have easily just not bothered about it. But I said no, that it stops with me. After me, this should never happen to anybody else. My wife and I lost a lot of money. I don't even talk about the sums of money we lost into that case. But I felt like if this stops this from happening and somebody else will have to go through that experience again, so be it. So be it. And I feel sometimes we're not ready to put ourselves on the line because we are just afraid or this. And I'm like, they're not God. I'm sorry, they're not God.
Yeah,
And praise God, I'm here. I haven't, I'm in a different place now. But I feel sometimes it's like in Africa, especially, we give them so much power, and that's why they're so oppressive. But these people are human beings. And I think and that's why in marriage, you can actually work together with your wife or husband and say, honey, what, let's begin to work on something. Pray about it. Have a plan, strategize, whatever it is, find out certain things, look for ways to leverage the situation, but don't just sit down and just take it. No. And I just feel like that's why a lot of these things just keep going on and on and on because they're not challenged. No one's willing to
they
put
know
themselves
that
on the line.
you don't want to lose your job, so you do whatever you say.
Yeah, I've lost contract. But this last one, I said, this is going on for so long. I said, if they have to go through this process with me for 18 months, so be. So the next time it happens, they will think two times that maybe this person will hey, we don't want to go through this because it costs them money too. But I'm just saying that it's because we're not willing to put ourselves on the line. Oftentimes we just play and nothing changes. And then we're wondering why it just continues because no, I just want to put it out there. So I don't, I'm also doing what I did though, because I had to pray about it. But please, don't give these people so much power that and thank God, my son is here by the grace of God. But if my wife was like, so after I said, no, this time I will take responsibility. Tell your boss, I'm the one that told you you're not leaving this house. Let him come and meet me. And I've never done that. I've never done that since then.
I've not done that since then.
But he backed up.
Hey, no. There are certain things you don't toy with.
Yeah, and the GP wrote 2 more weeks. I didn't even say anything extra. And I said, wow. That's what God does for you. But you have to step out. And I think sometimes we give these people too much power.
Yeah.
And there's no changes. And we're wondering why it just keeps going on and on and on. Because no one's willing to put themselves out on the line, in a sense, and be that person. I said, well, we continue. I've done it and I've seen the change. I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I remembered, I think maybe October, November or whatever of last year, one of my cousins called and like, auntie, please, he had to get to work. He's stranded, this and that. What is it? They're owing them 3 months salary. And yet they still want to go and borrow money to take transport to this same work. And I just don't want to mention too much information because, I don't want to put anyone in trouble. And I said, for the business that you're even doing, there's no how they will tell me money is not coming in per se, like every single day. I said, is it only you they're owing? He said, no, a lot of staffs. In fact, almost everyone he knows that they're owing them like 3 months. And I'm like, how's that? So, okay, I managed to put stuff together. I gave it, okay, just go and all of that, And then the next month he came and said, auntie, it's still the same. I said, what? I did not employ you. He wasn't doing any work for me. Why is it that it's me that is paying salary? And I was wondering, 3 months, at some point I had to talk to myself, like, what on earth is going on here? Because, I said, is there no union? Is there nobody that you people can go and complain? He said, well, even the so-called union of the company or whatever, they're owing them. I say, so I don't understand how they will not pay you salary for months and months and they still expect you to come to work. And every day you go to work, you'll be counting money that is coming into that business. How is that? But I don't want to generalize and make it a Nigerian thing. But on this side, there's some companies that are good. They take care of their own employees. But there are some that they will take care of you. But any slight thing like this, you're gone. So that's how sometimes people are fearful. And that getting job these days, only it takes God sometimes, because of the frustration and a whole bunch of things that comes along with it. But at the end of the day, should organizations be responsible for employees' well-being, or is it a personal responsibility? Because at the end of the day, somebody still have to look after somebody. So that's why we're talking about this thing. Some people might be the boldness that they need, to voice out because of the way they're being treated at work and things like that. So I pray that if you need boldness, courage, I pray that the Lord would give you such, so that you can free other people as well. So I'm going to come to Elder Kenneth. Good evening, sir. Happy Thursday.
Good evening, woman of God, and good evening, everyone
Well
upon
done,
those
sir. How are
comment
you, sir?
section. We are surviving.
We thank God. Yes, so we're talking about this work-life balance. I don't know what your take is. How do we set boundaries between work and personal life? And then, we talked about responsibility. Is it the, work of the
My,
employer or
my,
the person themselves?
my take is going to be very, very simple tonight because I experienced things concerning work and life,
Mm,
whereby colleague came to work hoping that he want to please the boss,
the boss.
because she already, I think she was having an operation 2 weeks before she lost her life. She was begging, please grant my annual leave so that I can go and prepare for my operation. Then she came to work one fateful day, finishing the shift, hoping to see her the next day. Oh, good night to you. She just went to her car, and that's where she collapsed. She went there, the car was not moving. We now rushed to her, bringing her out of the car, called the ambulance. Before the ambulance come do CPC, everything, she's gone.
Wow.
So since then, I learned, and a similar thing happened to the same as my wife as well, when she were working. They finished the shift in the morning. As they were coming out, signing out, coming out, the man collapsed, is gone.
Wow.
So since then, we put boundary.
Mm,
We sit ourselves down. Is this how we want to live? We only have one life.
yes.
So that one life, we must make sure we balance everything: work, time to relax, a time to go for holiday, a time to put even the kids as well aside to focus on ourselves. That is our plan this 2026, because enough is enough.
Wow.
We'll be living life for them. So we decided to do even the kids this year. There's a boundary, because I cannot be living for you. I only have one life. I have tried. So for me, you have to put boundary in everything. Everything. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. After the COVID, there was one of my colleague who never go to holiday. She never used her holiday. She was having 265 hours, something like that, because she was doing like 4 or 5 days in a week. At the end of it, after the COVID, she was working, never go to, or use his holiday. At the end of it, they sack her. She lose the job. So I asked her, I said, okay, you see yourself, you want to kill yourself because of people that don't care for you. So nothing in this world can satisfy. It's only you that will decide in your life how you want your life to be. You need to balance everything: your work, the hours that you know that suit you.
Yeah.
If it don't suit you, just because everything in this life, if you don't do it moderate, you see people, you see why they raising people from shift to shift. At the end of it, nothing. They work after for one shift, they jump into another shift, looking their phone if the agency have sent shift, if they're looking for somebody. At the end of the day, everything we are laboring for is vanity. If Solomon can say that, then who are we? This is a man who have everything.
And yet.
What is Solomon looking for? If you study the Bible very carefully, you will see that Solomon was not lacking for anything. But he said, let us let the conclusion of the whole matter. If Solomon can say that, then why are we not to come to conclusion of the whole matter in this life that we are living?
Well, yeah.
That I must, for that my life, I must put boundary to some certain things, even in my place of work, even in my own self. I must say to myself, if it's time to relax, if it's time not to do anything, just stay. on your bed. If it's time not to pick the phone, use your gadget. Just leave, let the gadget be there.
Oh, silent. Please.
Don't let them control you, because this life is only one life. And after this one life, there is an answer to everything. This is this we need to know. There is an answer to everything. Because there are sometimes you are supposed to relax in, you are thinking about people that are not thinking about you. You are thinking about how you going to think, make people to be okay, then dismiss yourself. People that you are satisfied, they never think about you. They are going for holiday every time. They will come to do this. Then the next week when you ask, where is the boss? Oh, where's the manager? Oh, she have gone for holiday. Oh, so I'm not the one that I'm not good to go to holiday.
You're always there.
Because of the peanut, you want to satisfy them. That at the end of the day, when something happens, the next minute you see that they are taking your picture, they are taking your name, they are taking what they put in your seat, they are taking it off and put another person's name there.
Yeah. Your name
So
tag.
what are we saying?
I wonder.
This life, we need to sit ourselves down. Think about yourself. Think about the reason why you are here on earth. Are you here on earth to please them?
Thank you.
Because the directors, the employee, they only care about making the money, getting the job done. They don't care. They don't care about you. The moment anything happened to you, 2 days is too. They already put it in the place that we are looking for somebody with also experience, and you think that there is nobody better than you that can do that job. But when you go there, you know that the 99% people are better than you in that space that you think that you are the best. So we need to wake up our idea. We need to wake up our thoughts, because this life that people are not lasting anymore because of the way we are stressing ourselves. The way the things that we do that we are not supposed to be doing. We don't care anymore. You just see people just wake up in the morning, not seeking the face of God. The moment the alarm just rang, oh, I'm late of work, girl, brush, I begin, don't even get the bed, don't even put themselves, tidy themselves, they are rushing.
Oh, we lost you there. Are you still talking? Sir Kenneth, we lost you there. Wow, I think the network is kind of gone, yes. Okay, I'll bring you back, Eno. Please, if you want to be part of this talk, send an invite. Let's reason together. Yeah, okay. Please come back so that I'll bring you back on. I mean, you heard what he said. We only have one life to live and we have to get it right. It's amazing. I mean, if you put your life in the hands of anyone, they will treat it as they deem fit. And you dare not complain because you have put your lives in their hands. I mean, wisdom is profitable to direct. Don't get me wrong. In everything we do, to bring that balance, to bring that boundary and all of that, you need wisdom. Because, if you don't work, you will not eat, as they say. But don't let the organizational be your God, such that you don't have a life of your own anymore. So it's very important we have a voice. If you see that things are not adding up, I mean, there's your HR. We have managers, team leaders, or chain of command. You could reach out. And for some people, they might have to fight the very fight, just to make things be okay for other people as well in the organization, because your well-being matters. If you're not okay, they cannot make profits because you won't be able to do the job as you ought to. So these ones, we need to be mindful such that we're not suffering needlessly. I'll wait. Maybe let's carry on. Debbie, let me come to you whilst we wait for Elder Kenneth to come back. I think the network or whatever is going on, I don't know. Let me bring him back. And no, let's bring you back. Send me an invite. Treasure.
Bring him back, and anyone else bring him back.
Abiola, I see you. Andy, thank you for being there. 8:13, gracias. I've been trying to bring you up. Oh, you're welcome back, Elder Kenneth.
Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened. The network just went off. Very sorry.
Let's keep tapping up like the live. I don't know. Let them not put restrictions.
Very sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not your fault. Yeah, go on, sir.
To my own to my own conclusion that God created you.
Yeah.
God can never make you a choice for you. It's you that will make the choice for yourself, and God is going to grant it. So whatever choice you make for yourself, that is what God will ordain for you to go through every stage in life. If you decided that you want to balance your work, you want to balance your health, you want to balance, that is what God will approve. So we need to sit ourselves down, think, is it right? The job that I'm doing now, is this, it will all suit me? And is this the plan for God for me? Because a lot of us, we're just looking because of the money and because to pay our bill. We do all sorts of job, but that's not the original plan for God for us. So as a woman, we need to sit ourselves down because God have an original plan for us. Ask him, seek his face, and he will direct you. That's my own thought, because this employer, and you see, even the government back then, they back then a lot, because a lot of time when things happen, they will tell you even the people that you are paying, there's some people that in charge of what you are paying in case of anything. They will tell you, just sign. We know it take time, but everything will be okay. So all those things, the things that we are seeing now, to me, I prioritize my life now. I take care of myself. If I decided not to do anything extra shift anymore. The hours that I assign for, I do the hours, and when the full hour as the week, I say, till next week. Glory be to God.
Wow.
Because I don't want to please anybody anymore and displease myself. So we need to balance life, we need to balance work, and we need to balance our health as well, so that we live long to the glory of the Lord. God bless you. That's my thought.
Thank you, sir. Hey, we only have one life to live, and we have to get it right. Thank you so much, sir, for your contribution. Debbie, we want to hear from you. It's good to always rub minds. I mean, people sharing their experiences, you'll be amazed. And sometimes it just takes one person to take that bold step for others. And you'll be amazed that even the companies, they know, they push boundaries. They push boundary, they'll see whether you push back. And if you don't push back, they win. And if you push back, they know to hands off, or they know to meet you halfway. So, Debbie, good evening. How are you? Thank you for joining. We're going to be rounding up shortly.
Good evening, my lady. Good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Abiola, I see you. Same to you, my dear sister. How have you been?
Well, we are okay. We are all right.
Thank God. We thank God.
Work-life balance.
Yes, so this is what we're talking about today. And they were asking, how do you set boundaries between work and personal life? One. And secondly, should organizations be responsible for employees' well being, or is it a personal responsibility?
Well, how do you set boundaries
Between work and personal
between work and personal life? Well, I think when it comes to setting boundaries between work and personal life, a lot of us are guilty of that.
Thank you, Leslie.
Until we get to a stage where we say, no.
Enough is enough.
Yeah. And when I say a lot of us are guilty of that, I mean a lot of us, especially when we are starting off, we are guilty of that. But I don't really have much experience when it comes to working in the corporate world. But I think based on the fact that there is a time frame from your start to the to the end of the day. There is a time. 8 to so time. 7 to so time. 9 to so time. I think with that, you should be able to have a balance with that. Except you are trying to build life, you don't have anybody, it's only God you have, you want to do another work, you want to gather something quickly for the main time, but still, shall know in all you're getting, get understanding, because if you get the money finish, it is well. But setting boundaries is very important. Is very important. It depends on what. See, I have a slogan. Nobody is too busy. You are not just a priority.
To
That's why.
whoever, yeah.
That's why they will say I'm busy. And I always, if there is one of the things I always thank God for is the fact that I'm still single. You know why? Because if I was married, it's either they sent me out or I sent myself out. Why? Because I've not been able to I wasn't able to balance both work. I work 20 hours a day. Which normal person work like that? I work 20 hours a day. Sometimes I don't even go home. If I married to myself, I would divorce myself. Imagine somebody now married to me. It's only now that I will say, oh, now growth has come. Things are getting into places, so we are putting things in order and that. But when I because I know I am me, after me, before me is God, after God is me, after me is me, after me is still me, is me, my emergency contact is me, I fail is me, before I run to God. I'm homeless is me, I'm hungry is me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there are some stages in life like that you just have to put yourself in it. But the thing is, as you are doing it, remember that you are still important. If you cry today, the work will still continue.
But your
So you still have to
husband will
balance it.
suffer, your wife will suffer, your husband will suffer.
Now, that is me as a single person. Now I will say for a married person, let's say you are just starting off, like I always say, as a single person, I always say, if you've not been able to put things in order, set boundaries with work, boundaries with your immediate family, siblings and parents, set boundaries with things, you shouldn't even go to think of marry. If you don't know how to do that, if you can't set boundaries even with yourself, you shouldn't think of marrying until you are able to do that. Because situation will come to that you will almost forget that you are married while you are running after life, while you are trying to sort out life, while you are trying to sort out bills and everything. You would almost forget that you are married. You would almost forget that your partner exists, and it takes consciousness. All you need is conscious. See, I know that maybe, oh, your work or something you are trying to build life or something like that, as long as your partner understand that this is just for the time being, and even while you are building for that time being, let your head be try to be
Were you
conscious.
just about to say what I think you were gonna? Hey,
I didn't say
Debbie.
anything. Because at
You
the
will
end of the
receive
day,
Holy Ghost slap now.
you realize that while you are trying to build and your partner is trying to understand, you are drifting apart. You are drifting apart.
Yeah.
So even while you are trying to build and you are trying to put things in order, try to still create time. Your children will not remember. They will not recognize you. You'll be a stranger to them. You will be a stranger to them.
Wow.
Either you are a man or you are a woman, it's almost the same thing. Now, this falls more on the men's side. And I'm sorry, I want to lean on what Mr. Leslie said. Is you are still not, oh God, you are still not conscious enough, ni? Because that child is your child. If you really want a relationship with that child, you can create it. If you can have a relationship with your friend, if you can hang out with your friends after work, you can hang out with your child and your wife. I think the reason a lot of people don't really look into this very well, or why they are not really conscious of all these things, is because for some reason, my opinion, for some reason, I think a lot of people didn't get to marry who they really like, who they are really, really in love with. Because there is no how. You have a golden something that you really cherish, and you don't want to see it every time. There's no how. Even when things are tight. Did you understand what I'm trying to say now? Even when things are tight, even when you are struggling, the time is very tight. Out of no time, you will create the time. Out of no time, you will create. See, I've heard a story of a couple where it's even the wife at this point. The wife was sent on an assignment from the company, and then she didn't even know how to relate it with her husband. But she told her husband. Her husband said, "Oh, that's fine. That's not a problem." Before she left, before she even came home to tell her husband, she already told her boss that, "I don't know if my husband will agree. I will discuss with him. But even if he will agree, every weekend my husband must visit me. However you want to put it, if the company cannot afford to do that, then I'm not going." And the company knows her value. They needed her for that assignment. They agreed. When she got home, she discussed it with her husband. It was easy busy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I said, what I'm trying to say here is, out of no time, you can create that time. If you really, 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 really are in love with who you marry, you will create that time. And mind you, as you are not creating time for your spouse, thinking you are getting away with it, he understands, your children will not understand. They will not understand that subconsciousness will pay you back in that way. Not because they intentionally want to do it, it's just because the emotional tie is not there. You can be the best that you are, because of them you are flying here. They did not send you message. They will, when they want to, they will pay you back with material things. But that emotional tie, you will never get it from them. You will never get it from them, because you did sow the seed of emotional tie.
That's true.
So you can create time. You can create it. And let's now say, not because of your partner, not because of your children, because of your health.
True.
Because of your health.
Priority.
Because of your own health, you can do it. You can set the boundaries. I said it earlier. When I said I was working 20 hours, in fact, even that 20 hours is even when I close early, 22 hours sometimes. And what do we eat? Kebab. Yeah, kebab. We shall order any food, any food. We shall order food.
Chinese kebab.
And as I'm growing in age, I'm visiting the hospital. Do you understand? I made the money. But my health was not okay. My skin was breaking out anyhow because of junk foods.
And lack of sleep.
Oh. You see, I just spoke to myself one day. Debbie. If you buy today, they will just sing it. Good night, good night, good night. We love thee wherever Jesus loved thee best.
Oh my.
They will cry. And you know what? Adasa's dad called her one day. For some reason, we reject it. It's not just by mouth, my lady. It's by action. There are some things that is not Ogunwaye. It's not the spiritual word. It's
Not
you.
even the village people.
It's not the village people. It's you. You just need to speak to your. See, what as Adasa dad called her. I think he intentionally called on video call. And for some, when you've not slept for days, your face will be swollen, and sometimes.
Yeah, you
And
can
it was
tell.
like, why is your face so puffy? What happened? Move back. Let me see your body. He was like, oh wow, you added weight. You are overworking. Oh, my daughter, let me tell you something. Heaven is always open to welcome anybody. Either you are intentionally ready to come home, or you are not ready to come home. Heaven is always open to welcome anybody at any time. If you mistakenly let yourself go like this, I will only cry for a few days and I will ask your friend to send me your money. My dear, I will use it to eat pepper soup. It sounded brutal, but if you sit down with it well and think about it, you will understand what he's trying to say. He doesn't have to say it directly, like, don't overwork yourself. He has passed his message. He has passed his message. Me and others look at ourselves like, okay. Because no matter how cold the weather is, we will sometimes, if we go home, let's say we go home during the week, we'll get home 11 p.m., 4 a.m. we are already out. In that, our feet and hands will be cold. We were neglecting ourselves. But at the end of the day, this thing it tells on the body.
Yeah, it does.
It tells on the body. Now, whether you like it or not, no matter whatever customer that want to collect, Friday morning, I'm in the steam room. I will sit down there, wear my swimsuit, sit down there in the sauna, and sit down there. But I cannot even think of that. And mind you, the gym was less than 5 minutes away from us then.
Can you imagine?
Now the gym is over 30 minutes away from me, but I must go.
Experience, they say, is the best teacher.
No, experience. This one is not experience. Life taught me.
Yeah, you experienced life.
If you let go of yourself, that's it. And unfortunately, there is something my mentor always say: if you let go of yourself and you end up not fulfilling your destiny, the destinies that are tied to your destiny will suffer, and for that reason, you might not even enter heaven. Not because of anything, but because you affected some destinies intentionally. So that's why I said being intentional. It takes intentionality for this thing, all this when we are saying it takes intentionality for you to set that boundary. When it's time for work, you work, you do your work, and when it's time to close it off, you close it off.
Discipline, yeah.
You close it off and you take the rest. You take the rest. And if it's 5 hours sleep you want to sleep that 5 hours sleep. Let your body know that, it's 5 hours sleep we are programmed to sleep, but it will be a quality 5 hours sleep. It will be a quality 5 hours sleep. You are important though. You are important. And if you are married, your children, your spouse, they are also important. Now to the second question.
So,
you said,
do you want me to repeat it?
Please.
Should organizations be responsible for employees' well-being or is it a personal responsibility?
It's a 70-30%
Who's 70,
answer.
who's 30?
30% employee, 70% you. In fact, I can say 80%
20.
you, 20% employee. Reason is you are the owner of your life. Your life was
Mommy is
given to
asking
you.
how.
Your life was given to you to look after.
100%.
Employees they set up their business to make profit, to make money. If they care, they should care for their workers, because healthy worker is healthy company. They should care by providing things to make their work easy. Give them break when they're supposed to have the break. Do what is necessary to make life easier for their workers. But at the same time, if you, for some reason, maybe you pray in the wrong way, you now meet yourself with employee that does not care, that come back to the 80%, that means you are important.
Yeah.
And let me say it's not just employee where they are paying you now. Any organization, be it church, be it anything, you are still the first priority of everything. You are there. That's my uncle will say, Ariela, you are, we see you, that's why we call you. If we don't see you, we call somebody else. Which means you are there. That's when they say, he's a good worker. He's very diligent. He's da 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 da. All those praises, he's good. But don't let it get to you to the extent where you now neglect yourself. If you mistakenly buy today, they will mourn you for some minutes. That job will still continue for that day.
Yeah. Wow.
And before you know it, before the end of that week, they have caught in another person to replace you, because the company must move on. The only person in that company that can buy and the company will close down is the owner of the company. And even sometimes they already have a setting that if the owner buys, there's another person to take up.
They have a success already, so.
But your father is not the owner of the company. The only thing they are paying you is the only thing they are paying you is salary. They can sack you anyhow, anytime if you mistakenly make mistake. Yes, they can sack you. But then your health is asking you. I sympathize with the person Elder Kenneth was talking about, but at the same time, I was like, even if they didn't give you time off, whose loss? What's the highest that will happen? They will sack you, but you will still be alive. Now your children are motherless or fatherless. Your husband or your wife become a widow or a widower because see, I've got into a stage in my life where if I am working and I feel somehow, I put my head down, I take a break. Because this life is just one.
Yeah.
That I've not seen anybody that's the only person I've seen that buy and come back is Jesus Christ. Even all the people that buy in the Bible that Jesus raised from the dead, they still buy. So what I'm saying here is, if let's say the employee there should be a system where you cater for your the employers, rather, where you cater for your employee, where you cater for their well-being and all that. You provide what you can provide, depends on the setting. But at the same time,
No.
So you vote for them. Are you still on your list?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, sorry, Debbie. Don't mind some people here. They want to shorten my ration.
It's okay. But at the same time, as they are caring for you, you too care for yourself.
Mm.
There are some company that have gym in their company, but some employee will still not go. They will still not go. So even there are some, what I'm trying to say here, there are some employees that no matter what provision their employer made for them to make life easier for them, they will still not take it up.
Do you know, I don't understand. Sorry, Debbie. I don't understand why some companies will even say if you don't use your holiday for this year, you carry over. And they're carrying over 2 years.
They will
And I'm
still not go.
thinking,
They will still not go.
some will even lose it. They say, I don't want to get another one next year. No.
It's true, Elder Leslie. Most companies have successor plan.
Yeah, yeah.
So as much as it is, 80% of it is in your hands. When 80, in fact, I didn't say 7. No, I take that 70% back. 80% is in your hands. You are the one feeling the pain. You are the one that will feel the loss. Your family are the ones that will feel the loss. Your children, your spouses, your parents. Not the employee. The employee will only say, if you are, let's now say you are that valuable. When they remember you, they will give you 1 minute of silence. But that does not mean they will close the company for that whole day. Even church, that does not mean they will close the organization.
No.
And that does not make them a bad person or a good person. It's just how life runs.
Yeah.
It's just how life runs. So take your life, very important. Be selfish with your health. Be selfish with your life. Take your annual leave when you need to take your annual leave. Take it when you need to do it. If you need to go on holiday, take it.
Please, so take it, yeah.
Yeah, I get that sometimes maybe you need to quickly do some things. You can quickly see your body understands when you say you quickly want to do something for sometimes. Your mind understands that. So this is not regular. Let's just quickly. But when it becomes regular,
Can you imagine?
let me go back to how Kenneth said. Solomon said, "The end of this thing is
Vanity.
fear the Lord and stay away from evil, because every work will be brought to judgment, be it good or bad." Indirectly, what he is trying to tell us, you like make money, you like not make money. All of us will still end up one day. But what I'm saying is, while you are making the money, take care of you. You are number one priority in everything. In everything, you are number one priority. Now, because they see you and then call you. It is well. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Debbie. You're a funny person. Thank you so much. I mean, you said a lot, and thank you. You have to go back to the singles before you get married, whilst you're doing the job and all of that. Yeah, some people are privy to even start a business of their own. Like I said, I don't know whether you were here when I was talking to Cake. What's her name now? Oh, I don't think she's there again. She does cake and what have you. And I'm like, sometimes they don't sleep. 3 in the morning, they're still mixing egg, paka, 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 none of that. And you too, 3, 4 in the morning, sewing, paka, 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 you're still making stuff, designing there and all of that. And even the time you're supposed to sleep, and another customer have come and you have to attend to. And I say, even computers, they get shut down at some point. Otherwise, we ourselves will shut ourselves down. So it's very important. See, these boundaries, the word will not even exist if the act is not necessary, so to say. And there's a reason why companies here, of course, every year you're entitled to certain days off. Some is 21, some maybe they'll start you off with 21, and as you work in there, the longer you stay, they keep increasing it like that. I remember when I used to work with IPM, every year I think they add 1.5 or something, like that, keeps piling. And imagine they've taken time because that has been paid for already. Take your time off. But you people will say no and be work, 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 work. Do you know how many people have collapsed in front of their computers at work? How many people left work, just like Elder Kenneth said, by the car, they collapsed? Some, it's even in their sleep because their body was so tired that it just refused to wake up, and that's it, they're gone. And this work will still carry on. They say vanity upon vanity. I'm not saying be lazy, let us get our facts right. I'm not saying be lazy, but there has to be a balance. And that's why we're talking about these things. Because the moment you stop breathing, the moment they say, like Debbie, good night, good night, good night, whatever song, that is it. There is no coming back. And that work still is there. So let us get wisdom and let us get understanding in all our gettings. Thank you, Debbie, for your submissions as well. So I'm going to come to is it mania or mania? I don't know the phonics now they used to call it.
Yeah, that is mania.
Mania. Okay, I get it now. Mania. Good evening. How are you? Happy Thursday to you.
And you too. Same to you.
Have you been on this inside before or in the box before?
I was on your live some times ago.
Okay, it's been a while, I guess.
It's been a while, yeah. Remember you talk about marriages, this and that, and you use yourself as an example that you have been in marriage for 26 years, if
Okay,
I'm
that
right.
was last year then. Okay. You
Yeah.
still remember.
And yeah.
Good to have you back. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So yeah, we're talking about this work-life balance, and today's Thursday, it has to do with marriage, husband and wife, in that family, marriage relationship, work-life balance, because it has to be talked about, it has to be dealt with, otherwise it breaks home, and you find out that couples are growing apart, and then separation or divorce can even happen in some instances. So after all the talk today, I'm sure you've heard one or two people there.
Yeah.
So we're asking ourselves, how do you set boundaries between work and personal life? Let's start with that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
At least I want sorry. My sisters, my brothers here, they have spoken a lot. You understand? There's nothing much we can say. You understand me? Because I'm in UK and I'm working in UK. I witness things like that, especially when it comes to jobs. I remember when I was working in a care home, and I will be seeing some of us that are doing back to back.
That's the word, back to back.
Back to back. And I say, how come, how are you doing it? You understand? And when I look at them, they look something else, but they don't know their self. They don't know on their self that they look different. You understand? They will be sleeping, they will be moving like a zombie at work, they will be doing this. And at the end of the day, you find out that this one collapsed yesterday. That one slip off. It didn't wake up. You know, something happened some times ago. This guy, he works back to back, and luckily for him, he get the money to buy the car. He bought a new car, and did you know that this guy, Peme, inside the car on the motorway?
Wow.
You understand? So, and I start looking at myself. I say, why should I be putting myself into that area? Because when I ask question, I say, guys, why are you doing back to back? You call a year. You don't understand. We need to send money home. We need to do this. We need to do that. And I say, okay. You need to send money home. You need to do this. You need to do that. You understand me? But the money you have here, you understand me? Some of them, when they pay like that, that money goes to charity.
That's it.
That's the end of it. It doesn't go to anybody.
I think in another life, I'll ask my parents to call me charity. Hey.
The money straight. Any money the police recover in that house or in the bank account is going straight to the charity. And that's the end. Nobody. The people back in they will just be lamenting. There's nothing they can do about that. You understand? So we have to enjoy ourselves when we working. My organization where I'm working, they give us 37.5 hours in a week to work. I have 4 days on, 4 days off. My 4 days off, man, I stay at home with my wife.
Wow, thank you, sir. Well,
I
God
stay at
bless
home
you.
with my wife. I stay at home with my little daughter.
Yes.
Abadele, ajarun palura wa. I saw me the boys. I saw me the boys. She need me. I need her. You understand? That is it. Yeah. But sometimes, when we see how things look like, sometimes maybe we want to just to do something, you know, that for our life, not for somebody's life, for our life. That okay, we need to do something. Baile me, please. Maybe if you let us think about over time, how many days do you want us to do? And let us just do 1 day. 1 day is okay for us. Okay, you sure 1 day is okay for us? That yes, let us do. Then we look for overtime. We can do it to get what we want to get, and then we come back. We go back to our normal life.
That's it.
We go back to our life, but we will not stay in it. Say, oh, I have to be doing overtime every time. I have to do overtime. You will find out that when you're doing that overtime, you will still not make it. Those that are doing normal shift. Because you'll be doing overtime.
Hey, Leslie, are you? Hey, this thing. Oh my God.
Somebody will be. You're doing overtime to sell money to somebody. Somebody will be in the bar parlor in Nigeria, and you'll be working. Say, oh, don't worry, I will send you the money. Whereas it's somewhere here to want to use your money. So we have to put some boundaries.
Get sense.
We have to use sense. We have to use common sense. You understand? So all those things. My sister have already said it all. My sister here have said it all. Leslie will say it all. Even though in your organization, they will never let you work like a slave. It is only when you put yourself there, and then they will say,
They
okay.
won't say no. At least you volunteered yourself.
That is it. It's not. Okay, where I'm working now, I'm working here for almost 10 years now.
Wow.
And I'm still working there. You understand me? But they never, if overtime come, if you like, you take it. If you don't like, you don't take it. You leave it alone. It's not compulsory. Look, in our organization, they arrange gym and so many activities. But because our people, they are ignorant. They don't want to go to it. They cancel everything. So now I have to be doing gym, register myself somewhere else. Something which the company organization get for us, but because over time, 1.25%, 25% all those things. At the end of the day, we lost all those things, and then we damage ourselves.
Wow.
So we need to put barriers. You understand? We need to put barrier. Not good for us to, especially we that are Tawalajo, that we are on the journey.
We're in diaspora,
We are
yeah.
diaspora. You understand me? We need to put some boundaries because it doesn't look like that. You understand? It doesn't look that. When they give you this is your hours. Once you sign the contract, you sign the hours. Just continue doing your hours. If you are going to reach, you'll be rich. That doesn't mean pay kini. So that is my own because you can't make 2-person load to be 1-person load at the age of your young age.
Yeah.
Young age. You understand? Like I'm not supposed to share this one out. I'm going to 59 now, and my wife, she's younger than me, and I have to enjoy myself.
I mean,
I have to enjoy myself.
You're even near retirement, and imagine. Do you know some people, sir? I'm sorry to cut you. Some people, this work they will do, and they will even keep the money, be planning for retirement. When they retire, they want to do this. Some people like this, the moment they retire, because they've overused themselves, sickness come, pam, and that's it. They're gone.
It happens that way. You understand me? It happens that way. Some people, they will say, "Oh, I want to work." They will be doing double shift, this and that. With that age, they never think of how to maintain that body. But when they have car, they can maintain the car.
Hey, God give us wisdom. Oh.
They can maintain the car, but they cannot maintain the body. The body, they never maintain that body. But if they have a car in that age, they want to maintain the car. Nothing to scratch this car. Nothing to happen to this car. This and that. This car need to be clean. Maybe very soon. Maybe I need to change it, to add money to it to get another car. But what about the body that is doing the job?
Work.
That's doing the job. I'm not saying people not to enjoy, not to do this, but we have to look at our age. We have to look after our body. You understand? Sometimes ago, they asked me to come and do diabetes, this and that. And I went, they say we have to do prevention, diabetes course, this and that we have to be going, we finish the course. I didn't finish the course because it's boring to me. I managed to, they called me back to come and finish it. I finished it. And then the last one, they said they're going to call me, they're going to ask me some questions. They asked me some questions. The question they're asking me, like as if with my age, that I can't do things anymore. But when the lady was speaking to me, you understand me?
Yeah.
She asked this, I can do it by myself. She asked me, I can't. Then she started looking. I said, but are you okay? I said, I'm okay. I'm taking care of myself. Every morning I go out, I walk, take a walk. I walk around, do things. I don't eat all those junks. Yeah, that's why no, I can't marry you, Oyinbo. I marry Nigeria. Give me Give
your
me what I
pounded yam and we pound your yam and
give
your
me.
egusi.
Give me what I want.
Bono.
All those things that is making body to look
Jum
um
jum.
dumb. You understand me? Please cook it for me. Let me eat. Even though my little daughter, which was born in UK here, she doesn't know what is called all those junks.
Oh, that's good.
She knows eba,
You cook, as
mala,
in cook your
all
food,
those
yeah.
dodo, pẹ̀lẹ́yìn, or ẹ̀wà,
Ajayi,
gbogbo
abula.
àwọn kankan bẹ́ẹ̀ lóríṣiríṣi. Because
Oh,
I want to live my life very well. When I get to retire age, I still want to live more.
yeah. Why not?
Yeah, so I put boundaries there. You understand me? And if at a working place too, boundaries there. It's not compulsory for me to lay overtime. If I feel like I do, if I don't feel like I call me, it's okay. I do see let me there. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, sir.
All my
Wow.
sisters, all my sisters here and my brothers here, they have said it all. You understand me? I'm just using my own to support what you guys have mentioned. We have to put boundaries. Even though at work, they put boundaries for you. They put boundaries for you. It's only you that will break the boundary by yourself. They will not break it for you.
Yeah.
Like for example, now I'm sorry to say this. Like for example, now they say before people are pushing overtime. Now they bring out a boundary now that you can't work more than 60 hours in a week.
60.
60, it's not 60, 60 something, sir. You understand me? So people are now grumbling about it. But they will tell you that this is what your contract says. You understand me? You are the one is going to break it. It's not we that we're going to break it. So if anything happens to you
You're on
during
your
that
own.
time, it's your palabra. Because they'll pay you now, they'll pay you 1.25. 1.25%. That is which money. But if anything happens to you that time, they don't know. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Wow. In fact, I don't know. I don't even know how to round that up. But thank you so much, sir. It's good to have you here. We hope to see you on Monday as well, 8 p.m. UK time. If you're available, we talk about individual issues as well. Because this today is it has to do with husband and wife in a marriage relationship, work-life balance, so that they can still enjoy that marriage relationship. Otherwise, they grow apart, this one doing that, and they just grow apart. Before you know, they're separated. Before you know, it's divorce. So how can we curb that divorce and separation? And that's why these are issues that leads us there. So let's sit down together, the way we're reasoning together, talk about these things, and then you go home, sit your wife down, sit your husband down, tell them work-life balance. Are we balancing it right? If not, talk about how to balance it, because better late than never. And for us as well, better late than never, get to that ripe old age and then enjoy the fruits of our labor. Imagine labor. When it's time to enjoy that fruit of the labor palm, that's the end. May we not labor for other people, or may other people not come and eat the fruits of our labor, so to say. Because, you've worked hard all these years. When do you want to start living? When do you want to start planning and looking after yourself? Some of us will send money. You send money home for somebody to go and do good course, and you have not done the good course. Some will send money home. In fact, sometimes when you go home, because we don't go all the time, sometimes by the time you go home, you find out that this person, I don't even have phone. You see that their phone is even way better than your own. Or the car they're using is way better than your own. You'll be wondering. May we get wisdom. Anyway, thank you, sir, for that. For me, I'm going to come to you. So you'll be our last person to give their submission tonight. I bet you'll be laughing. What else can you say? But there'll still be one or two things. Good evening, Sake. I hope you're good. Don't tell me you slept off. Oh, Fumi Lola Peters, are you still there? You have to unmute her.
Good evening, sis. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
right.
Gideon,
Not
I
so
see you.
great, not so great, but I bless
Oh,
God.
it
Yeah,
is well. God is your strength.
seen, yeah, I've seen and heard a lot of contributions, and they are fantastic. I'm unable to talk tonight
Okay,
because
it's
yeah,
fine.
I need to go to bed as soon as possible.
But
Well done
okay.
for the good job, sis. Well
Yay,
done,
we thank
and
God.
well
We
done,
thank God.
everyone. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so for dropping by.
yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. I pray God will replenish your strength, your health, whatever the situation is, it's in God's hand. And I hope He restores back to you. Thank you for the support and for being here. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. So before we go, this one is a riddle, not a tongue twister, I know, even though we are kind of alert tonight. So my riddle, it could be, easily answered or not. But if we don't get it, I'm going to give us the answer today. I'm not going to bring it back on Monday. So this is for us to wrap up. However, before I bring it, just for us to know that, let me read my conclusion. Work-life balance is about intentional living. Intentional. You can now pieces that as you deem fit according to your relationship with your spouse. So it's about making choices that align with your values, protect your well-being, and allow you to thrive both professionally and personally. When we achieve balance, we become healthier. We build stronger relationships, because after getting all the money, imagine there's no more relationship. I pray that will be our portion. So let's learn to balance things. We perform better even at work, and ultimately we live more meaningful lives. So let us strive not just to work hard, but to live well. To live well. I don't know who I was talking. Yeah, I was talking with a colleague today, and I'm like, do you even take time, like self-care? Do you take time to go pamper yourself? You work so hard, I can tell, because they're even extra and all of that. And then now even grandchild is coming in and all of that. But I said, do you take time to look after yourself? They looked at me, paused, and smiled. And in fact, they didn't need to say more. And I'm saying this to anyone that cares to listen. Look, you did the work. If you take time out to pamper yourself a bit, it could be foot massage, back massage, whatever massage you need, just to pamper yourself. Even if it's that once a month, do it for yourself, because nobody's going to come and say, let me go and pamper you. So better pamper. Or even if they're going to come, it might not be when you're ready or when you have the time. Go and pamper yourself. Husband, go pamper wife. Wife, go pamper husband. If that would help. Because you work hard, work hard, work hard. You're paying other people's bills. Sometimes you're even struggling paying your own bills. You do all of these things, but there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance, and all of these things will take a toll on this body. You don't have spare parts. If there was spare parts, nobody would die, nobody will be sick and all of that. But you and I know, even people that they say work, gym out, and all of that, they just sleep and they don't wake up. How about that? In fact, I heard of a friend, a motivational speaker and all of that, very healthy 40 or 50 something year old person. He was jogging. He was even jogging. At least this one is not even making effort. Jogging and then stopped, was wondering what's wrong, before collapsed. By the time they rushed, that was it. That was it. And the family were expecting normal time he'll be back. And that was it. He was gone. So you never can tell how much more when we don't even look after ourselves. So let's be mindful that at least we're doing our best, to look after ourselves, put a boundary in place. You have a 9 to 5 job. I've said all of this in my talk. I don't want to go through, but just for the benefit of all those who joined late, wisdom is profitable to direct. And we've all established that if anything happens to you, your role will be occupied like that, whether professionally or personally. Your husband will remarry, your wife will remarry, if time and chance permits them. So let's look after ourselves. Let's put a balance. When it's time to work. When it's time to not work, have a personal life. And God will continue to crown all our efforts. May we not labor in vain. May we eat the fruit of our labor in Jesus' name. That is how I'll leave it. So my puzzle is a riddle today. And it says, I am always in front of you, but can never be seen. What am I? I'm always in front of you, but you can never see me. What am I? Let's see. The first person now is, if you are there, unmute and say the answer. If you know it, you get the gift. Or the first person that I see the answer in the chat. Debbie Gazim. Oh, thank you. As I said, it's an easy one, but it's the Holy Spirit. Elder Kenneth. Elder Kenneth, you make me laugh. Yes, you know, I mean, Holy Spirit can fit into that riddle. I'm always in front of you, but never can be seen. What am I? The future. Future is always in front of us. You can't see it. The more reason we should live today as it comes, one day at a time. Live each day like it's the last. Look after yourself. Do the best you can there. You know, tomorrow may never come for some people. So our future is in our hands. We may not be able to see it. God may have given some of us a glimpse of it and all of that. But please try your best. Look after your body so that you can be part of that future. Thank you all so much. Funmi, thank you for stopping by. Debbie, for your contributions. Elder Kenneth, Shan, Mania, thank you. Leslie, A13, thank you so much. Who else has dropped off? Relationship and no. Thank you all. Everyone that has given contribution or have been part of this life. Let me see. I think some people are there as well. I see. Okay, everyone. Ernestina, God bless you. Thank you so much. One day you come into this box. I'm very hopeful. Yeah, the answer was right. I've clapped for you already. It's the future. I'm always in front of you, but can never be seen. What am I? Future. It's the future. So thank you so much, Debbie. Everyone have a lovely, lovely night rest, and know that we only have one life to live and we have to get it right. If you need wisdom, pray to God. If you need understanding, pray to God. If you need a grace to plan better with your spouse, pray to God about it. Put in the effort and see the result unfold. Thank you all so much for making it a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time on Inside with FunmiRoyal. Like I say, I love and appreciate every single one of you. We'll be back again on Monday, 8 p.m. UK time, by the grace of God. Do have an amazing Friday. Enjoy the weekend. Look after yourselves. Look after self-care. Hey, put that machine down. Off that email. Whatever, this weekend, go do something for yourself. Please, this one I'm begging. Go do something for yourself. Do have a wonderful night rest. And God bless you all. Good night, everyone. Debbie, thank you. Shan, thank you. Thank you, Manny. I hope to see you on Monday as well. Thank you, thank you. Wow. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. Funmi, thank you. Good night. Thank you, everyone.